It's clobbering time!
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger. Ready to move out.
Come get some.
It's clobbering time! Clobberonimo!
Groovy.
Yeah. Merry Christmas. Almost. Pretty much, yes. So, we're saying it. Sorry, you got caught eating some candy. Sorry about that. Welcome, my good friends, to a Clobberin Times Saturday Night Star Trek Christmas Special. Greetings, clobberers, clobberonimos, clobberoids, clobberooskies, clobberians, clobologists, and every other kind of clob out there. If you're not a clob yet, that's okay. It's easy. All you got to do is learn how to bang the rocks together, guys. And hello, my dear friends. So good to be here tonight. It'll be a different kind of night. No reviews, of course. Reviews will commence 2 weeks from tonight on January the 6th, where we will get back to our mission, number one and I, of reviewing all of Star Trek. Wheel Trek only, 66 through 05, 735, of course. We'll get back to our Star Trek Voyager reviews. But tonight and next week, our wonderful, beautiful, magnificent first officer, Commander R.M. Briggs, is going to be on shore leave. But I will be here. And look, hey, I know I'm not enough. I get it. Believe me, we all know why everybody flocks to us. So many of you are here on Saturday nights just to hear my wonderful first officer, and I don't blame you. I'd be right there with you because I love her and she's fantastic, and she is something. But we persevere without her when we have to, which is not very often. She devotes so much time to this channel that she does not have to at all. She knows that I could never. I mean, yes, obviously, if I could, if she would definitely be worth paying if I were able to do so. But she knows I could never do that, and she doesn't. She comes here out of friendship and love for me. Why she has that love, I have no idea. I'm not worthy of it. But also love for you all, wonderful friends, and you are all worthy of it. So, again, but we get fantastic, great crowds here on Saturday Night Star Treks during the course of the year, and I'm thankful for that. You're all fantastic friends, and I didn't know how many people. Maybe some more, of course, will show up here later tonight. I hope so, but that's okay. I couldn't not be on. It's Saturday Night Star Trek. It will always be on. It'll be on 52 weeks out of the year. And the gigantic majority of those, of course, will be our review show. And number one is here so much, far above and beyond the call. I mean, at one point, there was a streak of her being here, like, I don't know, like almost over a year or something like that, which is crazy. You know, she doesn't owe anything to anyone here. But I love her. We all love her. And she is she is the greatest Christmas present you could ever have. And so she's fantastic. So I hope she is out having fun with her family. If you happen to be hearing this, number one, everyone here loves you. And just hope you're having a great, fun Christmas weekend. And, of course, starting tomorrow, have a fun Christmas holiday. Well, so, the whole weekend's like a big Christmas holiday. So, and we love you. And, she loves all of you as well, as you all well know. So there you go. And, we're also very, very thankful for and really appreciate our great buddy, our chief engineer, the great Mark D with a C, who's, he has a big family. He's doing all kind of family stuff this weekend. But he does so much for my channel again that I just could not, no matter how much I would want to and do want to, would repay him. I'm just not even capable of it. But he does it because he's just a great friend and he's a great pal. We love, I've been so lucky that I've made a lot of really cool friends when I moved my show to YouTube over 4 years, almost 4 years ago, I guess. And not just, again, obviously with a lot of you who are just friends who come in and listen and watch and everything. And, made great friends with you with just, amazing. You're far more than audience, you're friends. You all are. But as far as like people that, that I do the show with and have met behind the scenes of YouTube, that sort of thing, I made some great friends. Some really cool ones. The two I'm closest with are definitely Raquel and Mark, no question about it. Because I spend more time with most of them, but there are also some other great ones that I love too. And it being Christmas, I'll they're not here right now necessarily. They're all doing their own thing, doing stuff, but I shout them out because they've been fantastic. The great, Stone Loki. What a good buddy Loki has been to me. Great guy. Just love that man. And, of course, his wonderful wife, who is, I've been friends with her. I knew her even before I knew Loki. Our wonderful friend Eris, just great people. The wonderful Purple Valkyrie. I love Purple. Just a dear friend who've done so many shows with her. My great buddy Paulie at Latino Slant. I love you, Paulie. Great pal, great friend. I miss him. I don't get to stream with him as much, but, I miss him. Another truly dear friend is the great Nick Weiser. Our buddy, 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser, his channel. These are people that I consider dear friends that I've been fortunate enough to spend some time with. Not literally, not in the same area code, of course, because we do it all over the streaming, but a lot of time doing shows together in the background and stuff. And so also, there are a lot of other ones too. Of course, the great Tom Connors. What a great pal he has been to me. Amazing, amazing gentleman. And he's really cool. He's a great streamer. My good buddy, Mexican Iron Man, of course. The great Mike is an extraordinary fellow, and he is a YouTuber. Just don't let him tell you he's not. But he's a great player. We love Mike, and I've known him for a while as well. And again, there's so many other ones that I may not know as well as some of those other ones, but still that I've bumped into a lot, hung out with a lot, that have been really cool friends as well. And they're all just awesome and amazing. But then you got great fellers like Eric K, who's just been an extraordinary fellow, Chris Persia, just amazing friends. And I'm about to shout everybody out. Show notes. Tomorrow night, Mark may not be doing any, he's probably not doing the geekery, but he may do some kind of watch party. He said, we'll see. If he does, cool. If not, they're not a biggie, but we will figure that out tomorrow night. It'll be kind of an announcement basis type thingy. But if he does, I'll be at the ready for him if he wants to. If not, no biggie. I'll just have to think of something to do other than streaming. You know what? I stream sometimes multiple times, and I stream 7 days a week somewhere. only 4 on my own channel, but 7 days a week all over the place. So I don't know what to do with myself if I wasn't streaming, to be honest with you. It's really getting weird. Anyway, and of course, it wouldn't be Christmas if we didn't, before we do our shout outs, mention that we love our buddy Gil, who passed away, Cardinal Sin. We're thinking about you, buddy. We'll talk about you a lot more on the New Year's and when we talk about some of those things. But we will always miss the great Cardinal Sin, and he's another wonderful friend that I made here. And of course, just one of the greatest friends that I've ever made here as well is my buddy Doomcock, the great DC. And he's got a bunch of great friends over there that I made friends with as well. Gary with Nerdrotic has been really good to me. He's been a great guy too. Love that man. He's really cool. Just so many cool friends and so many good people. You almost hate to name any because you don't want to forget anybody, but when you're like me and you got that old man memory, So what I will do is, since I know some of you can't stay long, I'm going to do quick show notes and then we'll do some shout outs, shall we? And let's see. Monday night I will be on, of course. I won't be on with. I don't think we're gonna have a Legion show this week on J-Man's channel. That I know. No Legion review show on J-Man's channel, but I will be here talking some more Monday night Mark C Comics talk. I'll be here Monday night 9 Central. I don't know if anyone else will even be around, but I'll just be on and just talk some comics, basic comics talk. Just a little bit of fun, late night Christmas show. And then the usual shows throughout the week, Wednesday and Thursday, the Clubhouse and all that kind of stuff. So, all the same stuff. And then next week, right back here for what I'm doing tonight for the rest, continuance of that Hollywood week. Holiday week. Listen, Hollywood. What's wrong with me? And so, Max. Man, Maximum Redstone. Thank you so much, buddy. Really appreciate that. He says his name is Clobby. His name is Clobby. He's here to say that he's Adric and Wesley in a major way. He thinks they're the best. They are divine. He's going to show his shrine. Well, I appreciate the limerick there, and thank you for the super chat, but it came close to sounding like a rap, and that's something I'll never do for anybody. Even Raquel couldn't make me rap because I hate it too much. But thank you, Max, and I appreciate you, buddy. You are evil, sir. Oh my goodness, you rascal, you. So shout outs. And whether to hear or not to get the shout out tonight, especially tonight of all nights, the great Eric K. the Bronze Wrencher. Merry Christmas. Chris Persia, the Vindicator Wrencher, the Great White North. Thanks for all you do, buddy. Merry Christmas to you. D-Bud Martin the Wrencher Van, Merry Christmas. The great God of the Wrenches himself, Lord Thoth. And a shout out to his wonderful Lady Thoth and their doggy and Lance and Avon lives, long live the Legion, and Merry Christmas, sir. The Wrench Without Fear, and he is my partner in crime on Earth, B, and the Legionnaire extraordinaire, reviewer extraordinaire, the great J-Man. Merry Christmas to you and yours, and our buddy Sean and your buddy Steve as well. Appreciate you so much, man. Maddie's daddy, Field of Rich Mjolnir. Steve, buddy, Merry Christmas to you and Maddie. Love you, buddy. You're a great friend. One of the oldest friends I have. And I don't mean just because you're old. Also, I've known you a long time. I guess that also makes you old. Sorry, buddy. Stephen Callell, the Super Wrench. Merry Christmas, buddy. That rascally wrench himself, Fanty Outsidery. Merry Christmas, buddy. Appreciate you. Hungry Boy, Master of the Clobberin. Cover artist of the Science Fiction Tales by the great R.M. Briggs. Merry Christmas to you on the other side of the world, buddy. And the land. And again, to our own music Meister, Maximum Redstone. Thank you for all you do, buddy. Merry Christmas to you, sir. Now, let's see who else may be up in here since I have my eyes off of the chat for a second. So give me a second to recalibrate, as it were. All right. Okay, let me get straight here, and then I'll make sure I didn't miss anybody, and I'll get back to it out. Here we go. All right, shout outs, my friends. Larry. Thanks for being here, buddy. Merry Christmas to you. Shooter, always great to have you here, my friend. That's Saturday Night Star Trek staple, my buddy. Shout out to you. Merry Christmas, Shooter. The aforementioned great Max Redstone. Again, thank you, buddy, and Merry Christmas, my friend. RRTNZ. Merry Christmas to you. Thank you for being here. FKH 2005. Merry Christmas, my friend Fairfax. Enigmatic Drop Bear. ED, so good to see you, buddy. I hope you're still here. I know you said you couldn't stay long, but I hope you stay as long as you can at least. And Merry Christmas to you, my good friend. We love you, AD. And I hope you're feeling well. You and your family are doing well. And I really appreciate you. Enigmatic Drop Bear. Merry Christmas. Cinder Hammer Slag. Merry Christmas, my friend. Your Muslim uncle. Merry Christmas to you and yours, my friend. I hope you're having a great weekend. Bubba Doom 1. Merry Christmas. Dadman and the Dadman clan. Dadman buddy. Merry Christmas to you. And I hope you and your family are doing well and have a wonderful Christmas. Captain Infinity and beyond. Hey, Cap. I hope you're doing well. And Merry Christmas to you and yours, Captain Infinity. The Wordsmith. Pat S. Brother. Hope you and yours have a wonderful Christmas. Let's see here. What's the message of pizza? There you go. Nobody cares, of course, the great Capfinity. It says in 2024, we're going to close the book on the Decker debate. No more Decker discussions ever after 2024. That's a fair call. I don't blame you one bit there. Nobody cares. But make people not care about it. That's what you should do. So that's the night before Christmas indeed. Yeah, so. Good to see you all. Bubba Doom wants some Alamarain, I guess. No, okay. Because it's you. Always misplace that sucker for some reason. Where are you? There we go. Oh, people like that, the Waddy sticks. Oh dear. So, well, let's see. Well, it is called Saturday Night Star Trek. I was thinking, what would we talk about? I mean, we're not reviewing any episodes or anything like that. So I thought, since this is the time of goodwill towards beings, goodwill towards sentient beings, good feelings, love and joy. Star Trek has all of those things. Star Trek has a deep philosophy of love and hope and all those things. It has tragedy in it as well and all that other kind of stuff. But this is that time of year where we should reflect upon the things that make us happy, that bring us joy. Star Trek, at its best, brings us happiness and joy. At least me, anyway. You could be different. Maybe you like it for a completely different reason. I don't know. I love it. Star Trek is a dear friend of mine. That's why I take it so personally when it's under assault. But I will say one thing about Larry is not expendable.
What about you?
What about me?
Why don't you go?
You are expendable.
And you're not?
No, I'm not. I am not expendable. I'm not stupid. And I'm not going.
So, let's talk about things in Trek that make us happy. We review episodes, and especially lately, we've been really brutal to Star Trek Voyager and DS9, but we're being honest, so that's fine. And before I do that, this doesn't fall into line with what I'm doing tonight, but because I like Captain Infinity, I'll address it. It's this is in fact more for the bad side of Trek, because it's not really Trek. Star Trek question: is everyone agreed that Nimoy Spock is canonically a different person from Quinto Spock? I don't know if everyone's agreed on it, but I'll tell you this: nobody cares, aka Captain. Nimoy Spock is Spock, and in that, except for the one in that Jar Jar Abrams filth in 2009. In that movie, Leonard Nimoy is in it as an actor, but he's not playing Spock. He's playing some knockoff, garbagey, not correct Spock. So Leonard Nimoy is the only person ever who will play an adult Spock, who ever played the adult Spock. Anybody else playing Spock is not the true Spock. So Quinto is not only not Spock, but neither is 2009 Jar Jar Abrams Nimoy. The only legitimate, because so Nimoy can play in anything he wants, and he did, and I was pretty angry that he was in that. J.J. Kirk, welcome. I don't want to get in a bad mood by talking about this movie too long because I hate it that much, and I can't let my mood get spoiled on Christmas. But I'll simply say that everything from 09 up is not real canon. It's just not. So even mentioning Quinto is not to talk about Star Trek. Just to answer, but I wanted to address your question because you were nice enough to ask a question. However, it's not really a Star Trek question because it involved Zachary Quinto. They're not an Axamandabear. I would quibble with you on that one point. And although obviously, I love you, man, and I appreciate any question you have. However, the any question about Zachary Quinto is not a Star Trek question because anything from 2009 up, it's called Steino, Star Trek in name only. They're out of Axamandabear? No, Spock was never an Enterprise. So anything from 2009 up, which is bad reboot trash, is not legitimate Trek. And I don't care that Leonard Nimoy's in it. He's not playing Spock in that movie because that's not Spock. That's not real Spock. So any conversation about movie from anything called Star Trek in name, which is in name only, from 2009 on up, is not an actual Star Trek conversation. I do love Mira Spock, though. Fancy outsider, that you would be incorrect because you say, I'd say Nimoy in the 2009 movie was the real Spock who unfortunately got trapped in the JJ verse, and because he was likely the last of the original crew still alive, no one could. I disagree. That was Leonard Nimoy collecting a paycheck. So the guy in that movie was Leonard Nimoy. He wasn't Spock because that movie is not legitimate Star Trek. You got to understand something. That movie, they can call it whatever they want because these people have a legal, they have the legal bullying right to do so. Nevertheless, it's called at Star Trek in name only. So nothing that happens in that movie matters. Nothing that happens produced by bad rebooters, suckered hideout, matter to real Star Trek. So he is not. I don't care that it's Leonard Nimoy. I love Leonard Nimoy, although I was angry that he was in that movie. I still love him, but he's not a perfect human being. Was when he was alive, and no one is. Shatner's not. No one's perfect. I'd say the same thing if Shatner were in one of those fake Star Treks. So if it's not 2005 or below, it's not legit Trek. End of discussion. Now I gotta get myself in a good mood. Got to work my good mood back up I'm only half kidding because if you knew how horrifically bad I get, angry I get, and blood pressure smoking when I'm talking about the Jar Jar Abrams bad reboot, filthy trash, the Steino, Star Trek in name only. I just say it's not good for my health. I'm only half kidding about that. I'm trying to I'm making light of it, but there's truth to it. I mean, it makes me sick. But this is Christmas. Anyone lurking out there, by the way, or watching on the downloads of the rewatch, I thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. Fanty, I'm not even gonna play with you anymore about that. You're wrong if you think that's the real Spock, and that's that. And I'm not going to talk about it anymore because I need to be in a good mood. If it makes you happy to try to defend that stuff, to say if Spock were trapped in the JJ verse, it's not his fault, but that movie still isn't real Trek, even though, yeah, but that's not Spock. I'm sorry. Nimoy was selling out for a paycheck. I know you're trying to defend Leonard Nimoy's honor, but he didn't have any in that case. Remember, Leonard Nimoy said a lot of dumb stuff, even before that. So I'm not, Jamie Harbert. Good to see you. Good to see you there. Let's see. I appreciate that, Infinity. The only thing that makes sense in time travel stories is Clobby's law, yeah. And my law is not so great because I don't even understand my law. But thank you. Yeah, hey, when you the easy way to explain time travel in that new garbage is called red matter. Well, it may be Clobby's law, but you, sir, are the enforcer. Infinity's the cap. Infinity is the enforcer. Narat, I respectfully disagree. He totally did it for the money. Remember, Leonard Nimoy wrote a book called I Am Not Spock, and he didn't want to play Spock on the Star Trek Phase 2 show. Then his career wasn't that great, and when they started putting movie money to make Star Trek the motion picture, he said, oh, well, I'll do it now. Then he plays Spock in The Wrath of Khan. And Maddie's daddy, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. And he has a good time, and he realizes he might be able to finagle himself into a directing spot. So he said, I'd like to come back and do another one, but only if I can direct. Only if I can direct, okay? His interest. And then later, when he's directing Trek movies and making money, he's deciding, oh, I guess I am Spock. And then he should have written a third book after 2009 and said, oh, that much money? Hell yes, I'm Spock. Now, I don't begrudge anyone chasing money. But just be upfront about it. Look, I mean, how can I possibly... So I don't hate him for taking the money. I don't hate him at all. In fact, I still dearly love him for being Spock. But that doesn't mean, and it doesn't mean he's a monster or a horrible, rotten person. It's just me, because look, quite frankly, taking care of your family and all those in their future is more important than a character that you're playing that may mean something to a bunch of strangers. So I'm even defending him in a sense. I'm simply saying he did take that role for the money, and that's not Spock. And yeah, I was a little annoyed with him. And then he came out and attacked some fans too, which you shouldn't do. It's on Saturday Night Live. Now, fans should be able to take a joke. Shatner did it, but he did call fans dickheads because they didn't like him. They criticized him, that movie. Again, we should be able to take a joke. We can, and that's fine. Nevertheless, I just, always left a bad taste in my mouth that he was part of that thing. You ain't kidding, Pat asked. We got to get off this Jar Jar Abrams stuff, or I'm going to need my emergency M&Ms. And I don't have any emergency M&Ms. I've got me some Raisinets. That might help a little. So let's get on. Again, my whole point until we got swerved into this. And I blame myself, though. I don't blame you, Finity, or anybody else, but I get myself into that trouble. Remember, this show all started in 2009 because I wanted to do a show. I wanted to do my own show. I started podcasting as a hobby because I wanted to do two things. Minimus is here. Yo, Minimus. Good one. Good one. Nobody cares. That's a good one. I hear you, though. I wanted to do two things. I wanted to bitch about Snyder's Watchmen and Jar Jar Abrams' Filth Trek mainly, and then Snyder's Watchmen also a little bit. And so, Tetrarch of Apathy, what's up? Hey, Jill. Jilly. What's up, my dear? Who else popped in that I didn't see? Who else popped in? They didn't see. Okay. The Tetrarch. Minimusness. And Jill. Hey, hey, hey. So, all right. Here's what I'm not no more Steino. I'm calling. I'm more. You guys can, by the way, you can write anything you want about Steino. Hey, Rob Altus, Star Trek in name only, also known, but I'm not going to address it because I really do have my health to consider. And yet, without it, I wouldn't know any of you. We're going to talk about real Trek tonight. So, as we all know, Trek at its best can have both tragedy and sadness and drama and melodrama, and it can have wonderful, uplifting, upbeat moments that fill you with hope and make you happy or make you laugh and do all this stuff. And so, basically, and again, we're going to tell you any other Trek subject, any Trek subject you want to talk about tonight that is an uplifting one that makes you happy, the spirit of Christmas. Obviously, they're not Christmas episode, but things that make you happy that you really like, the upbeat stuff. We're talking upbeat Trek tonight. Next week we're going to cut because it's the end of the year and getting to the end of the holidays. We're going to talk downbeat Trek because there's really some great stuff in downbeat Trek as well. But tonight, upbeat Trek. In other words, what are some of your favorite moments of Star Trek that you just love in any Trek? As long as it's legit Trek. And you might say, who decides what legit Trek is? I do, because I'm me. I'm the captain. Oh, well, it's true. I decide who lives or dies. I decide who lives or dies. I decide who lives or dies. No. So here's the question. Jamie says, Clobberin, if you had the money to make a Star Trek movie, what would your plot be? Well, first of all, I would have to, bread and circuses is a good point there, Maddie. I might watch Maddie's Daddy. I might watch that, but that's a good point. Jamie Harbert, first, I would reject even that because I'm the biggest problem with Star Trek. Just Joe Jobber, what's up, buddy? Merry Christmas. Good to see you, buddy. The problem is, Jamie, is Star Trek shouldn't be a movie. Even though I love Wrath of Khan, for example, and Motion Picture, Wrath of Khan, Trek 3, I love some of the movies. There are only 10 legit ones. And not all of them are great. Star Trek's biggest problem is the whole... Movies are the worst thing that happened to Star Trek. Star Trek's a TV show. Its very premise is made for the small screen, not the big screen. Star Trek in movie theaters is a square peg in a round hole. It doesn't fit. It doesn't work. The format's wrong. So unless I was like, my back was up against the wall, I would reject it. I want to do a Star Trek episode or series. However, if it came to a movie and it was like if I said, well, look, if they said it's either you or Kurtzman, it's you or Jar Jar Abrams, then I'd probably do it under because I'm like, oh well, at least, but they let me do what I want to do. Problem is, all the people I would want are too old, right? Or no longer with us. So, Jamie, I don't know if I have a good answer for you. I'd have to ruminate on that a bit. And I know that's a disappointing answer for you, and I apologize. I would probably want to see, if I had a chance to do like a movie, I'd probably want to, bring some of the people from Enterprise back. They're older, but they're young. They're older, but they're young enough still to have an adventure. or do something with some of the ones who are left yet. But man, I don't know. It's tough because you really need a new crew. Yeah, I agree. It should be TV only. I love Doomsday Machine, the Way to Eden episode. Yeah, you love the Way to Eden. There you go. I only met 2 other people that like that episode. But that's cool. I'm sorry to be disappointing with my answer, but man, I tell you what, it's a tough one. I can't. I'd be in trouble because I wouldn't know what to do for a movie. But I can tell you this: I could go like find a goat taking a dump for 3 hours, and it'd still be better than what Jar Jar Abrams would do. That I can tell you for sure. And Pat says, "Oh, fun question. Should Trek only be episodic?" Yeah, absolutely should only be episodic. Now, look, in a movie, you got 2 hours. You got to knock it out of the park. You got to get butts in the seats. You got to sell popcorn. Now, in the 80s, you had the original crew was just young enough to do it because they brought in people because of the popularity of the series. People would go see it, even though they were older. And, they were good, but those movies weren't even the best ones. Look, I mean, the motion picture was the most like the TV show. And it's very derivative, as we know, of an episode. We all like to say where Nomad has gone before. It's true. It's derivative of that in some ways. Raymond Feliciano from King Dolphin TV and Color. What's up, buddy? Merry Christmas, Raymond. I hope you are doing well, my friend, and I hope Sandra's doing well as also. Hope the family's doing well, sir. Merry Christmas to you. So I would hope nobody cares. He says, when I heard what the Tarantino Trek movie was going to be, Gangster Planet, I wept openly. I didn't hear that about that. I knew he wanted to do a movie. I just didn't know what he. An interesting thing that Tarantino did say, I heard him say in a podcast, is he didn't like the Jar Jar Abrams movie. And he was talking to one of these dudes, and the guy was saying, he was talking about the show. He kept referencing the show. And the guy said, well, yeah, but I don't think the stuff in the show doesn't count anymore. He says, well, that's the problem. I want it to count. So it sounded to me like Tarantino wanted it to be more like the show. He was beholden to the show. That's better than nothing. Jar Jar Abrams didn't know anything about Star Trek, still doesn't. Of course, he didn't know anything about Star Wars either, but a lot of people thought he did for some reason. Just Joe says, on TNG, when Data was the captain and had to talk to Worf about disrespecting his leadership, just great writing. Critical Drinker was a big fan of it. Yeah, that was a good one. I can't remember the episode of that one now, but yes, Data was in command. That was a pretty good one. I like that. There were some good TNGs. I'm not the biggest TNG guy, but I like some of it for sure. Narat Maximan. You're naughty for that, Narat. Oh, yeah, I love This Side of Paradise, Jamie. Great episode. And like Steve said, if there is a Christmas episode, I guess in a sense it is Bread and Circuses. That's a good point, Steve. I think I might go watch that one later. Just like every 4th of July, I like to watch the Omega Glory. No money. RTNZ says, here's an upbeat Trek thing. Picard season 3 was an improvement over season 2. Prior seasons of complete crap. Season 3 wasn't great, but okay, at least respect to the characters. A bit more. I respectfully disagree with you, RR. In a sense, I don't disagree when you say it's better than the first 2 seasons. However, you could stick a chainsaw up someone's ass sideways and turn it on for 3 hours, and it would still be better than the first 2 seasons of P Hard. I still think season 3 is garbage. It's maybe a little less garbagey, but there's nothing good about it, and it's certainly not legitimate Star Trek. So season 3 is the biggest mystery to me why anyone forgives. Just being better than something doesn't make it good. And while I do concede that you can't be worse than season 1 or 2 of the P Hard, I thought season 3 was still a terrible, awful, moronic, garbage show that did. In fact, if you love the entire cast of that series, of TNG, which I personally don't really love them, I'm okay with them, then I would, if I were someone who was like if that were my favorite Trek, and it's not, I would be more offended by season 3 in a sense, because season 1 and 2, all that does is destroy the character of Picard, and 7. But it doesn't really, and Q, for the most part, they're not there. 3 comes along and whacks them all. They're all terrible in it. They all get destroyed in season 3 in a show that's not quite as unbelievably bad, but still pretty bad. I still think 3 is pretty bad. But what I will tell you on a good note for you, at least, RR, is most people agree with you and not me. For some strange reason, I'm in the minority on that view, but I'll never understand why. So I hate season 3. And yet multiple things can be true at the same time. Yet I fully admit 1 and 2 are worse. But like I say, 1 and 2, there's not much that P Hard season 1 or 2 are not worse than. They're even worse than STD probably. But actually I kind of think I hate Strangled Dude Worms even more, because that's closer to, that's even more just that's defilement of original series, where as the Picard series is defilement of TNG. So yeah. I agree, Jill. It was filled with so many lies. It was awful. So many bad things in it. They brought back the TNG cast to fool people and play on nostalgia, but yes, anything was an improvement over 1 and 2. Yep. Although, like I said, I think if I were a big fan of TNG, bigger than I am, I mean, I like it okay, I would probably be more aggravated with season 3. I mean, the stories may not be as bad, although they're still pretty bad, though. It still shits all over the characters in a lot of ways. Narat likes Darmok. That's one that gets you in a good mood. Yeah, that's it. What episode? Obviously, other than Bread and Circuses, as Steve was pointing out, there's not one episode that is really, that's necessarily a specific Christmas episode. But what episode or episodes of Real Trek 735, 66 through 05 get you in a good Christmassy mood, or at least, get you in a good spirit? This resemblant maybe of a Christmas mood. It doesn't have to feel like Trek or anything. And while you're doing that, I will watch for it. Braden Circus is diehard of Star Trek, says nobody cares. Really? No. Let's see. Tetrarch says, Clobberin Time, Star Trek Phase 3, New Voyages, and Star Trek Continues, what little I've seen, are very true to TOS. I agree with that statement. Herc, 130. What is up, my friend? Good to see you. Merry Christmas, Herc. Ooby dooby. And some fan work, like Starship Exeter, the Tressalian intersection, are a real credit. I do like the fan films, Tetrarch. I don't necessarily consider them in my own personal canon, but I admire them a great deal. And it just goes to show you that the fans do the best work. I mean, because it's coming from a place of love. And while I can't, like when I watch some of those Star Trek Continues, I like Vic and those guys, it's tough for me to accept that as a National Trek story, because those actors just aren't the characters. Yet I still enjoy it, and I see their love of the show and their care, the attention to detail, and their care for doing the proper kinds of Star Trek stories. So I have a lot of admiration for those people who did all of those, and I do like them. I'm not knocking them. I'm simply saying that I don't put them in exactly into the same container that I do the original series in terms of my love for it, or anything like that. It's not in that class simply because it's not that show, but it's as close as you'll ever get. Rob Alta says, Clobby, as boring as it may be to some, I love TOS when they would go to different places of the ship in their quarters. Well, yeah, I mean, there's very little that I ever found boring about the original series. Is there such a thing as Boxing Day if you have a replicator? I don't know, son. I don't know. I don't know, man. That's a good question. JT Kirk. Matt Pat says the Orville is more Trek than anything after 2005. Well, I agree with that as far as the first 2 seasons are concerned. Third season of Orville, not too much in line with that, but that's just me. Let's see. Well, let's see some of the things I've stored here. Whoops. Matt. Oh, Max. Man. So long, and thanks for all the fish. Cool stuff. Yeah. All right, let's see. Opinion. Okay, JT Kirk said Galaxy Quest is more Trek than Strangledude Worms or PRs. Oh, absolutely. I love Galaxy Quest, by the way. Love it. Jamie said, I like the McCoy romance for The World is Hollow and I Have Touched the Sky episode. Yes. That was the third seasoner that I had some issues with, but still, yeah, there was good stuff in that episode. For the world is hollow and I have touched the sky. I like the way that guy said that. That guy was in a lot of episodes. I guess PR season 3 was tolerable because it was fan service, and fan service is the only thing they can produce that I wouldn't handle. That I wouldn't handle with a level 4 biohazard suit, says Maximum Redstone. Well, that's a fair cop. It sure was that. To me, it was not even good fan service because they did they ruined characters, or made characters do really crappy things, and they were awful. But people there's the thing, man, those fans just didn't know what service was because all they wanted to do was see these people come back, and they didn't care what was done to them or how they were written, apparently. But that, hey, they're not my favorite characters, so if you guys are fine with them ruining them, seeing those characters trash the way they were in season 3 of PR, be my guest, baby. I mean, yeah. As Harlan Ellison once said, better that than you should be out stealing hubcaps. So, Rob Alta says, I lost respect for most of the cast of TNG. Yes, I have none for any of them now. In fact, in all the people involved in any of the new Treks, except for Robert Beltran, he seems to be the only one that's based. All men are brothers, the son of God. Sounds grimacy to me. Yeah, look, I'm totally with you about bread and circuses, Steve. Shore Leave is a lighthearted. I love Shore Leave, Jamie. It's one of my favorites. Beautiful episode, Shore Leave. Tetrarch says, Kirk's speech argument with transformed Gary and the Shrink is spectacular analysis of psychological warfare. Agreed. Where No Man Has Gone Before is a great episode. The one TNG ep where Q lost his powers, that'd be Deja Q. And he was willing to sacrifice himself to save the ship. Then the other Q gave him his powers back. A funny and uplifting episode. Yep, Deja Q, I believe. Yeah. Yes, indeed, Joe. I like that one. That was early on. Yeah. Second, third season, somewhere over there of TNG. Yeah. What? Orville had way too much acoustic guitar. Guitar. In the third season it did, didn't it? Yeah. Narat says, likes the Q episode. Yeah, most of the Q episodes are pretty cool. I'm with you there. That's right. Corbin Burnson has hair to get, but sacrifice his hair to get Q in his power back. His hair. Well, no one would argue with that one, Jamie, that the best TNG quote is "Shut up, Wesley." Yeah. Shut up, Wesley. Yes. We didn't want you on the bridge, you little shit. Yeah. Oh, man, I don't have any of those clips anymore. We had clips of Shut Up, Wesley, but I don't have any right anymore. Need to get one of those back. Shooter says, I know Clobby will disagree, but most of Quark stuff goofy and fun. Not always sci-fi, but I don't care. No, I like Quark. Okay. Value of Nothing. Raquel is on shore leave for the next 2 weeks. Value of Nothing. I'm sorry. We're just doing it. We're not doing reviews. We're just doing an open show tonight for the next 2 weeks. Just talking basic open real Trek. No, I don't disagree with that. I like Quark there, Shooter. I think he's funny sometimes, and I like the actor. Armin Shimmerman's terrific. He's the only one that made a credible Ferengi character. The Ferengi were a joke. Almost on every time you saw them on TNG, they were a damn joke. They weren't interesting characters for the most part. He actually took it because they were, and you know what? It goes to show you, even back then, when you write from an ideological or an agenda-driven standpoint, and they did with the Ferengi, they were anti-capitalist. That's what you get. You get shite. Then when you take a character and try to add more nuance and get a good actor, and Shimmerman had played one before, but I'm sorry, playing the character of Quark. It's tough to make them interesting and real like characters when they're written one way. I found that with a lot of Star Trek aliens, some of the writing of some Star Trek aliens became a problem for me as a fan. Keely Chow, roll tide. Good to see you, Keely Chow. Because they would write a character of an alien race, and then Merry Christmas, Keely, by the way, and Value of Nothing. Then they would all characters that you would see of that race are all exactly the same. I'm not saying it's racism. I'm saying it's kind of poor writing. For example, it doesn't make sense that anyone of any race of a planet where billions of people, whatever the species is, would be the same. For example, makes no sense that every Klingon will be a bloodthirsty warrior. It doesn't make sense that every Vulcan would follow logic, even though most of them do. And of course, they had to do stories that were different. It doesn't make sense that every Ferengi would be exactly the same. That's why it became more interesting when they actually started fleshing out the character of Rom when he really wasn't much of a Ferengi in terms of the way Ferengi usually act. And you had there was actually an excellent episode of Enterprise where Archer was taking the word he was captured and about to be he was put on trial, and he was given, J.G. Hertzler played his lawyer, and a Klingon gave it, talked to him and said, do you think all Klingons are warriors? My father was a teacher, so they have teachers, lawyers, Klingons, but the warriors kind of take over. Not all of any race would be the same, and then early on they didn't do a good job of this, of that. Now in the original series it didn't matter, because it was mostly about humans, and you had Spock, so they did have to flesh him out. Whereas then when you started putting more and more aliens on the subsequent shows, you had to show, just as all humans aren't the same, that all of any race isn't the same. Which was tricky writing for a while, and that's why then you create the Ferengi with the express purpose of trashing a human concept of capitalism, and it was an idiotic idea. I remember when I saw that first episode, The Last Outpost, with the Ferengi, and they even said they're the worst kind of capitalist. It's like, oh my God, Hollywood commies, making this crap, pinko idiots. And the Ferengi were just awful. I hated them. I hated them. It took Armin Shimmerman to become an interesting character in Quark for me to even like any Ferengi character. And they did a good job when they realized that we can't just write this character as a one-note idiot who quotes the laws of acquisition with having nothing else to him. Plus, without Rom, Quark wouldn't have been as interesting a character because we needed to see that some people, and without Moogie, who was different as well, we needed to see that there was some nuance to Ferengi like there is everyone else. And I don't like Nog much, but even Nog served that purpose. Yeah.
And the Negus even though he wasn't even exactly like a Ferengi. I mean, he was, but all he really cared about was going to Risa and quitting. Clark.
The scene in TNG where Picard gets to visit with his imagination of his mother. Gets a visit. Yep, the episode is ruined by Wesley, but what feels like Christmassy moment. Oh, yeah. Also in Star Trek Generations, there's a Christmas scene. Ba-bump, bump. Bubba says Armin played on the first episode with Ferengi. Yes, he did. And that's why he played Quark the way he did. As atonement for how crap they were on that first episode. The name is on top of my tongue. Yes, Last Outpost was the name. Was the first time we meet the Ferengi. If I'm correct, I think so.
Yes, it's inconceivable. Quack.
Inconceivable. 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 You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Now that I played that, I deserve a swig of cherry Coke. There, I had cherry Coke. So there, it's Christmas. I mean, it's Christmas. Agreed, Keeley. He'll always be Quark and Principal Snyder. You know, he was Quark and Principal Snyder at the same time, by the way.
That's right. Never start a land war in Asia. But never go in against a Sicilian with death on the line.
Sorry. You like Data's Day is a feel-good episode for me before they ruined Keiko, says Jill. Ah, okay. ED does say it right. I presume, sir, ED, that you're talking about Quark. Murderer, gun runner, smuggler, sophist, and moocher. Apart from that, he was a standout guy. You are talking about Quark, aren't you? You have a Christmas cherry Coke? Oh, cool. Since I'm a big I'm a big wuss. I don't drink and never have their affinity. So everyone else is like drinking all their different lovely drinks that they drink, their adult beverages and all that stuff. The best I can do is some cherry Coke, but I love it, you know. I'm allowing myself to have cherry Coke last weekend, this week a little bit. And then next week back to teetotaling, nothing but water forever. And chocolate. I'm allowing myself to have a little chocolate. What do you say, Jill? Can I have some Raisinets? Jill's the communications officer, so I'll let Jill decide. Oh, I jumped the gun and had it before she gave me her permission. Sorry. There's only a couple of them. Yeah, Quark, what a sweetheart he is. Quark is a scumbag, no question about it. He's just an interesting character. Pat says, I'm going to be watching Enterprise for the first time in 2024. That's a happy thought. Yes, it is. On Christmas Day itself, we go hog wild and sip some sparkling non-alcoholic grape juice. Is that true? Or are you joshing me there? Jamie says there's fan-made Star Trek. Says fan-made Star Trek is good for being low budget, the good, the bad, and the Federation, a Warbird Valdor film. Oh, okay. There's a lot of it out there. Too bad that D-bag Alec Peters ruined it for everybody. The fan films. With Axanar and that whole debacle. Axanar could have been good too. Pass photo. Oh, I believe you. Oh, I believe you. I believe you, Infinity. If you say it's true, it's true. Yeah.
Inconceivable.
Principal Snyder, after Buffy was allowed to be back at Sunnydale High, the lineup must be here. The line must be drawn here. This far, no further. Poor old Principal Snyder. Yeah. What's a trick? Now, Steve has got me wanting to watch Bread and Circuses tonight, so I'll probably watch that one. That's the Christmassy one. So that's the one. But let's see. What's another one? What's another Christmassy episode I'll watch? If I want to have fun, there you go, JT. A watch party for Bread and Circuses would be cool. Anti-derivative Jill says, of course, I'm always going to pick Devil in the Dark. It can be Christmassy because it's about family, motherhood, and being good to your neighbors. It is a beautiful episode. Yes, it is, and it's a beautiful message. That's a good one, Jill. Of course, a great episode, but a good choice. Yes. Yes, I love it. Also, as I believe Jamie mentioned earlier, Shore Leave. That's kind of Christmassy in a way. I love Christmas. I love Shore Leave. So Shatner called Friday's Child. I was thinking about that one. Their Christmas episode because its release timing and story, some story elements. True. That's a good point. That's a good point. Tetrarch. Didn't think about that. And it is kind of odd that they never did it's not so odd that the original series didn't do much, didn't really go out of the way to do one. But by the time, in the 80s when TNG was on, then in the 90s, those other shows, a lot of TV shows were doing Christmas shows and stuff like that. I'm surprised. I guess they figured they just didn't think Trek needed to do one, which is fine. It didn't really need to, but Well, I can't wait to get to Enterprise. I've watched it so many times. In fact, was it last year? Either this year or early last year, while we were in the midst of, because we've been reviewing, we're going to be on our, holy crap, we started 2021. So we've been doing this, we've been reviewing this for 3 years. Wow. And even in the midst of reviewing this, I binged Enterprise for like the 18 billionth time. I mean, I binged it again, and I got to be honest with you, not too long ago, after I did, I wanted to go back and start watching it again. I'm that weirdo. Oh, and that's a good point there, Neurotonax. Amanda Bear, I don't blame you one bit. The trouble with tribbles, The Trouble with Tribbles has a Christmassy feel to it. You can watch that like and back to back with Trials and Tribulations, maybe. Yeah. So the Trouble Tribbles isn't Christmassy, but it reminds me of Gremlins, which is Christmassy. Yeah, that's fair enough. Enterprise was a special treat after DS9 and Voyager. Yeah, I love it. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I love it. TNG's The Devil's Due is a Christmas episode. Data plays Scrooge on the holodeck. Okay. Didn't even in that one. That's actually a good episode, Devil's Due. I like that one. Now You Have Nothing says, mankind has no need for gods. We find the one quite sufficient. Kirk, who mourns for Adnias. Yep. Who mourns for Adonis. Great episode. Love it. Indeed, the value of nothing but again. Wolfie, what is up with your bad self? Merry Christmas, Wolfie. I hope you are doing well, my friend. Herc thinks, he said, I thought TNG The Inner Light was one of the best episodes. A lot of people did. You're not alone in that one at all. It's very, very popular, very critically acclaimed. Are you quoting the root beer scene? Root beer. Max quoting the root beer scene. I see. Youchers. Let's see. Where were I? Oh, yeah. Oh, and this YouTube's acting up. Merry Christmas to you, sir. The Sherlock Holmes Data episodes kind of have an old-timey winter vibe, says Natsuman. Yeah, they do. They're kind of fun, yeah. Tetrarch says, do you think the Federation can save us? Of course it can. Oh, I don't know. Hey, Gene Roddenberry. Oh, I think I follow you on Twitter. Hello there. It's wonderful to see you. Merry Christmas to you. I'm honored to have you pop in. And I hope you're doing well. We usually on Saturday Night Star Trek are reviewing Trek episodes between 66 and 05. But the next 2 weeks, we're just doing basic open Trek talk until we get back to our reviews in 2024. But it is an honor to have you pop in. And I hope, again, like I said, I hope you are doing well. Let's see. Where were I? Is that Christmassy though? Was it? Do crystalline entity episodes count because it looks like a snowflake? I can't. I wouldn't call that Christmassy though. The crystalline entity is not very nice. If you will recall there, JT Kark. So yeah. But again, like I said, even though there's not an outright Christmas episode, I think Steve's right. Bread and Circuses does feel like one in the sense that, because of things it talks about. I'll probably watch that one tonight. But is there an episode? Well, I'll put it to you like this, because I was asking earlier, since this is the feel good, but Christmas is the season of love and feeling good and bringing joy. Now I'm going to go more. I'll trim it down a little bit and say, what episodes? Name a couple. Could you watch right now to make let's say you were not so much down in the dumps, but you wanted to feel some Christmas joy or spirit, even though again not a Christmas episode, like I said. What are an episode or two that you love that always makes you feel good, that reminds you in a sense of feeling good for Christmas? Because I have a lot of Christmas things I like to watch that I'll be watching tomorrow and the next day. But since this is a Trek show, of course, what Trek episodes? It doesn't have to be. It could be any, along as it's real Trek, of course. What Trek episodes do that to you, that cheer you up or put you in a good mood? I have, just like I have a lot of other shows and things that get me in a good mood. and give me a good attitude adjustment type thing. I have Trek episodes that do that. Hammer out a couple if you could think of any. You don't have to, of course, but I know, Jill, you mentioned Devil in the Dark. That would be one for me as well. Of course, Mira Mira, my all-time favorite one. Amok Time always gets me in a good mood. Paldor Joy is the most Christmassy episode of me. What episode? What episode? What series is that from, Gene? Max Redstone. 1100-1001. Oh, yeah. The Binor episode, Max. JT Kirk says Voyager season 4, episode 2, The Gift. It has gift giving and doesn't want supercast. Okay. That's right. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Okay, DS9. Okay, why am I forgetting that episode? Shame on me. We just reviewed DS9 and I'm forgetting the episodes. Shame on me, Gene. Shooter, give me a summary. Oh, The Gift. Who doesn't want supercast to go? Oh, you're mean, JT. But you deserve one for that one. Okay, you want to see the supercast? You got it. I know you wanted to see that one. Even though Raquel's not here. Here we go. This for you.
Cass. Super Cass.
There you go. And one more for you.
Draw that man in a chicken suit.
It's the Chicken Man!
I couldn't help it. Couldn't resist. Paldor Joy. Let's see here. Wow, Narada Naxamander Bear. How shame on you! How dare you! Jesus. Bubba wants Ala Moraine. Dude. You're incorrigible.
Your agonizer, please.
Captain, I see no reason to stand here and be insulted.
Oh, dear. Oh, my goodness. There you go. Nice. Quoting from Bread and Circuses. You bring this YouTube's ratings down, we'll do a special on you. You remember the blooper from Steve? Do you remember when we watched? They had the bloopers, of course, the old time bloopers, and they had the blooper from Bread and Circuses when the guy comes out to when Spock and McCoy are out in the ring. He goes, if they refuse to move out on cue, screw them. There you go. That's this. It's a Wonderful Life episode. Tapestry from TNG. I like that one. Yep, Jill, there you go. That's a good one. I still want to jog my memory on Paldor Joy, though, because I don't know why I'm drawing a blank, but we just reviewed all of TNG. I mean, I know I've got old man's memory, and I hate myself. But now I want to, now because Gene mentioned that, when I want to go look, I want to re-familiarize myself with it. I hate my stupid old man memory. Now, Wowzer. But that is a good one, Jill. No, you're right. I like that one. It's pretty much It's a Wonderful Picard in that episode. Oh dear. Yes, Value of Nothing. Again, it's not the sun up in the sky. It's the Son of God. I especially love a couple of the scene, when There's a couple of great Spock McCoy scenes in that episode, especially in the prison cell. Are they enemies, Captain? I'm not sure. They're sure. Plunk reviews. What say, Kimasabi? Good to see you. I hope you, sir, are doing well, and a Merry Christmas to you and yours. Hart says, "Stupid old man memory is so. What is the word I'm looking for? What were we talking about? Oh, yes, I used to tie an onion to my belt. It was the fashion of the time. Yes. Or I could be like the Fifth Doctor and wear a decorative vegetable, a celery on my lapel. On my cricket outfit. Yes, oh my God. Oh, dear. We could be playing the game of Rassilon at this very moment. Your tone doesn't inspire much confidence, Doctor. I gather we are not expected to win. Keep it off of Doctor Who quotes. Go to Star Trek quotes. Got enough problems with Doctor Who right now. Keep it Trek, baby. Keep it Trek. We had to get the yellow onions because of the war. What, Wolfie? What the hell? I don't know what you mean, Wolfie. You're confusing me. Bloody hell. Don't be doing that to an old man. It's not very nice, is it? Are you bloody insane? I don't know where you're coming from now. Oh. Getting all high and mighty, eh? Fresh fruit not good enough for you. No buttered scones for me, Mother. I'm off to play the grand piano. All right, here we go. Jake, you like that one, JT? DS9 season 5 in the cards. Jake and Nog. I remember this one. Now I do remember this one, of course. Find Captain Sisko's 50s Willie Mays card. The episode isn't amazing, but it does symbolize giving a meaningful gift in hope, much like the first. Yeah. It was an okay one. It was kind of, if you like Jake and Nog shenanigans, I guess. Yeah, it was all right. Yeah. I'm gonna just, in addition to all the other, Christmassy stuff I like to watch this time of year, I just want to throw a Trek in there, or two in there, just because you get in the Trek mood once in a while. We've been reviewing all these Voyagers. It's been a while since I just threw a Trek in there. Maybe I'll just, hey, look, even though I'm the one that says Trek should be a TV show, not movies, maybe I'll watch Trek 4. That's very Christmassy. Even that theme music they used was Christmassy. Do you agree that that's a Christmassy Star Trek movie? And in fact, it came out at Christmas time. You started the onion belt story back then, nickels and pictures of bees on them. Give me 5 bees for a quarter, you'd say. I don't even know what you're talking about. Wolfie, what, dude, what is it? What episode was it that the crew had finally had enough of Harry Mudd and like 5 red shirts just beat the snot out of him? I think that was season 3. Actually, no, that was the animated series. Just kidding. Although the animated series did have a Harry Mudd episode. But yeah. We've got Star Trek DS9 prediction from the future coming up in the new year. Oh, that. Yes. The Bell Riots. Ugh, God, I hate that episode. Metamorphosis. That's a great, yeah. The episode featuring the companion and Zephyr Cochrane. Glenn Corbett as Zephyr Cochrane has no specific Christmas theme, but has a Christmas Eve feeling redemption epiphany story. Yeah, that's a good point, Ted Truck. I can buy into that. That's a great episode. I actually love Metamorphosis. I had a friend of mine did not like that episode. I love that one. Of course, he liked a lot of third seasoners that I don't like. So, But I love Metamorphosis. I think that's a great one. Zephyr Cochrane was certainly, when they brought him back, didn't look like that today, did he? Didn't look like Glenn Corbett when he was played by James Cromwell. So Truck 4 is upbeat. Put a Christmas hat on the whales and you're good to go. Well, again, it was released around Christmas time, if my memory serves, and My long-term memory, old school stuff, still pretty halfway decent. Short-term memory, that's garbage. Just like same as my short-term memory is. Which is why, I got hired for the the Department of Redundancy Department. The Natural Guard. We haven't gotten it. Gotten to it yet. I think. But Voyager ruins the Christmas story with the Kuvama. What the Kuvama in season 7 prophecy. Now I've seen all of Voyager, but it's been a long time. Which is, of course, we're reviewing it now. We're in season 4, but I gotta say, J.T. Kirk, I'm not remembering it. It's not coming back to me, buddy. Metamorphosis would never be made in the last 15 years. Nah, no. True. I think it's the Taco Bell riots. I think Taco Bell will win, and all fast food will be Taco Bell in the future, says Sorry, Clobby, I was under the sink trying to tighten a nut 1 degree at a time. Yes, the outtakes were hysterical. Well, hope you got that tightened, old chum. Taco Bell riots. Get out of here, boy. Pat S., I can't reach you, so I'm going to order you now to extend your arm, move it back towards the back of your head, and then, bam, smack right backside the head, boy. Yeah, I know I'm an a-hole. Nobody cares, but Infinity. But yeah, that's just the way I feel about it. You know me, I'm a feeler that way. I just say things. Why am I talking like this? One night we're gonna do a whole show talking like this, and nobody will ever listen again. I'm sorry. I don't know where that comes from. Oh, ouch! That hurt. Well, that will teach you. Look, man, and I tell you what, just to make it better, Pat, here you go.
Your agonizer, please.
Yeah. Well, spare the rod, as they say, Pat. Bubba Clobby. Yes, that's me. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just a good old boys. The TNG pilot movie is my go-to for Christmas, just because it's Encounter at Farpoint. You know something, Gene? I actually love that episode. CLS Studio, welcome. Good to see you. I don't think I've seen you here before. Merry Christmas to you, Gene. I actually do love. I love Encounter at Farpoint. I get that surprises some people, but that episode, and back when it first came on, I remember recording it and maybe watching it like twice the first day or whatever, and it was just like you said, the positivity is beautiful. It's a beautiful story. I think they did it as pilots go, did an excellent job of introducing the characters. I mean, obviously, it was a rugged road in those first 2 seasons for stories, in my opinion, in a lot of ways. But I thought it came out the gate smoking. I mean, and I really liked that pilot a lot. So I can understand. Wow, so that's your a go-to Christmas. There you go. I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. I really do love it. And again, I've watched it so many times. I might watch. But I think I might. Other than I watched Bread and Circuses. CLS Studio asks, Fantastic Four versus Next Generation Crew, who wins? Well, of course, if it's Kirby's Fantastic Four, the poor old TNG crew just wouldn't have a chance with all those superpowers. So even their phasers couldn't do it. So I'm going to say CLS, if it's Jack Kirby's real deal Fantastic Four, poor old TNG crew just would not have a chance. It's a good thing they're in different universes, although the X-Men did meet the original crew and the TNG crew in Marvel Comics. So it was a crazy, weird crossover. So anything can happen. Let's hope we never have to find out the answer to that question. CLS said, I think I saw you on someone else's stream. I forgot who, but I think J.T. Kirk was on as well. Nonetheless, hello. Well, hello to you, sir. Yeah, I'm on Tom's on Midnight's Edge a couple times a week, and over there with Nick Weiser and those guys, and yeah. Did it start on a Wednesday or Friday? Says Bubba Doom. What? A Wednesday or a Friday? What was the? Did what start? Or were you asking me? Were you asking me, Bubba, or someone else? So I don't mean to butt in if you were asking someone else. Yeah, but TNG. Well, it was Star Trek Next Generation was syndicated, so it depends on what everyone got it at different times. We got it on weekends. I think we got it on I think we got ours on down here. I am either on Saturday nights at first, and later on Sunday nights, maybe on Sunday. But Star Trek Next Generation was syndicated, so it didn't have a regular slot. There are a lot of episodes, says Gene, in the first 2 seasons that I like. I know that's not the norm in the fandom, though. Well, there's some I like, too. I like some episodes of the first and second season. There are a lot I don't like, but there's some that I do like. I will definitely say that. So, yeah, but I don't blame you. Look, I mean, Gene, that's absolutely I think you're right. You're right. Most people generally are critical of both seasons as a whole, though, that they didn't like them all. SP4H, hey there. However, and then a lot of people think that it got way better in the third, which I don't disagree with. Merry Christmas, SP4H. Good to see you. But I do like some in both seasons as well. Yeah, I'm with you there. I mean, which is weird because, TV sometimes funny like that. It seems to me that, like you said, general consistency basically is there's a lot of fandom a lot of fandom or the popular wisdom was that that TNG got really better in its third season again. Hey, Brian. wrong pipe. Sorry, everybody. Brian Hepburn. Merry Christmas, old buddy. Good to see you, my friend. I hope you and yours are doing well and are going to have a fantastic Christmas holiday. But a lot of shows, as far as let's just use the Trek shows for example. Most people will say that it took a while for TNG to hit its stride. Same deal with DS9. People say that about Voyager. A lot of people say it about Enterprise. I don't necessarily agree on Enterprise. But the one thing that they'll never say it about is the original series, because those first 2 seasons are gold. I mean, I love them both. I have issues. I like a lot of the third season, but for the most part, do have a lot that I don't like in the third season, where there's very little I dislike in either first or second season, like 1 or 2 episodes here and there. But man, in the case of the original series, it's the total opposite. It was gold. First 2 seasons are just, at least for me, wonderful, fantastic. I mean, just the greatest television ever. Just about the greatest television up there with some of the other greatest pieces of television, like The Prisoner and Blake 7, and stuff like that. So. We got it all on UHF, Pat. You didn't think I'd miss that, did you? We got it all on UHF. Forget about your problems. Forget about your job. Let's crank up the volume and yank off the knob. Good to see you. So yes, the uplifting Trek. So much of it. Let's see. What's another one? Again, doesn't have to be specifically Christmas Eve, and it's just got to be something that makes you, that is, just something that makes you feel good from Trek. I think Oh, let's see. Gene says If the first 2 seasons of TNG were quote unquote bad, it would have been canceled before it hit the third season. Yeah. Well, in the second season, Gene, they had a writer's strike going on. I remember that. And they had a lot of problems. And the good thing about that is that because it was syndicated, it's tougher for a network might have been brutal to Star Trek like they were before, So because it was syndicated, that also helped it. They did syndicated deals and packages, and one good thing was they weren't going to because of a syndication package, they weren't going to just cut us. If you got to the second season, then these people spend a lot of money syndicating this thing. They figured, look, even if we're going to cancel, we can't do it at the second season. It's starting to do well. It needs to do better, but it's starting to do well. They gave it another season. Third seasons did even better. Because you need at least 3. So if they'd have canceled it at 3, they could at least, sell syndication rights better because it had more episodes, which is why the original Trek needed a third season. It was important, and it did it. And then it did well. The first 2 seasons did not do terribly. And then the third season did better. And then, of course, as we know, it went 7 seasons, and it just started going up from there, and then became a big something of a cash cow for Paramount at the time. And, so, yeah, it hung on there. You're right. They weren't bad. I mean, at least not, certainly a lot of good ones. I also say for season 2, Pulaski. Oh, yeah, Bubba, is that you? You're the one you like Pulaski better than Crusher. Is that you? Yeah, they had a clip episode called Shades of Grey. They did, yeah. You like I didn't mind Pulaski, and I like Diana Madower. I didn't mind her. Beverly was all right, also, but I didn't mind Pulaski that much. But they say a lot of people hated Pulaski. Me, I only hated Wesley, so I like a lot of people. Bubba's a Pulaski fan. Well, there you go. Like I say, yeah. Oh well. Let's see. Even Beverly needed to get away from Wesley for a year, says Brian. Let's see. Time Squared, Icarus Factor, Riker episode, and of course Q are all second season. Yeah, I liked those. I actually liked in the second season. I liked what was it? A Matter of Honor. I even liked the Schizoid Man, even though they stole that title from a Prisoner episode. Gene says, "Yeah, I like and Pulaski. See, I like Pulaski because they were going for like a McCoy vibe. I kind of liked it when she picked on Data. I don't know. I thought it was funny. McCoy could pick on Spock. Pulaski could pick on Data. I know. A lot of people said, well, Data was innocent. And Spock wasn't. But I'm sorry. You could pick on Data. But, Data has to learn sometime, right? Data likes to learn. So it was fine. JT Kirk doesn't like her hair. She didn't have that awful perm. What? Measure of a Man. That was greatness. Yes. That's the one I was thinking of. Enigmatic Drop Air. It's not Christmassy, but that's an episode that really I can watch. That one makes me feel good. I love Measure of a Man. That's up there with any other season for me, that episode. Yeah, so very cool. That one I can watch all day long. Great episode. Now as for DS9, it's the episode that makes me the happiest, of course, is Trials and Tribulations. But other than that, there are a couple of other ones. They're not, but as far as far as Christmassy though, not something or just like feel good. What's like now? A feel good DS9 episode would be, aside from Trials and Tribulations. Okay, so you're gonna have to sue me. I kind of liked Iron Man by Sheer. I know it was stupid, but I liked it. It was dopey. It was dopey, but I thought it was kind of funny. Sue me. Parker, what's up, buddy? Merry Christmas. Parker Luck, my friend. How are you? And I hope you're doing well. And I wish you and yours a very Merry Christmas. Let's see. Herc says a matter of honor was good because both Riker and the Klingon crew members found out about each other. Yeah, it was really good. Yeah. The one or both line from Riker was the best thing written in that episode. I tend to agree. Muldarrow is a real actor with lots of roles. Gates McFadden never went anywhere, says value of nothing. Woo, that's harsh. But yeah, you're right. Dinah Muldaur had been around. She was, of course, in not only was she in a couple of episodes of original Star Trek, they say she was a big Star Trek fan, by the way. She was on, I think she was on McCloud with Dennis Weaver. That was pretty cool. I love that show. The Visitor. There you go. Oh my God, yes. Not Christmas for me, but there's a loving, sad, bittersweet, but fun feel to it as well. I love that episode. It makes, I don't know if I want to cry on Christmas, but I love it. Laura Harrison, Merry Christmas to you. Merry Trekmas to you, too. I was supposed to say Merry Trekmas tonight, but I forgot, yeah. And people would say, well, that sounds annoying, which is exactly why I wanted to say it. Anyway, good to see you, Alaric. What a great crew we have here tonight. What a great team we have here tonight. Now, The Visitor, though, yeah, great one. Explorers, says the ED. Was a solid feel-good episode of DS9. Yeah, it was. It was. I hear you. Alaric says, I liked most of the characters. Data and Riker and Worf were my favorites. Picard and Wesley were my least favorite. I just thought Picard kind of pompous. He seemed less tea. Something less tea. Maybe you didn't finish it. Hey there, Midnight's Edge. Midnight's Oblivion. Sorry, not Midnight's Edge. But I love Midnight's Edge. What's up, Mo? Merry Christmas to you, sir. Good to see you. Oh, really? I love Invaders. I haven't watched it in a long time, Gene, but it's a great show. Oh, yeah. She was in, of course, 2 episodes of Trek. Return to Tomorrow, which was an okay but goofy one. And then one of my most hated episodes of the original series, Is There in Truth No Beauty? But still, she was wonderful. Oh, that's cool. I got you, Midnight. Yeah. Well, Tom is the man. And so are you. Where Janeway goes back in time around Christmas, says Narat. Yes, she did, right? Didn't they have an episode of Lost in Space where Will Robinson went back to 1942 on Earth, and it was around Christmas time, or he went back to Earth around Christmas time? Anyone else remember that one? Am I misremembering it? Because I loved Lost in Space back then, but it's been a while. Of course, there's a great Twilight Zone episode about Christmas called Night of the Meek that our buddy Mark D with the C loves. Yes, Midnight's Oblivion. Our wonderful first officer, Raquel, is on shore leave for the next 2 weeks. We will resume our reviews of Voyager on the 6th of January. She'll be back rooting, ready to go. Let's see. Parker says, Clobby, I know that mad. You know that mad? That mad? Dr. Adore voiced Dr. Leslie Thompson in a few episodes of Batman Animated Series. Tom, that's true. True she did, Brian. That's exactly right. Yes, indeed. Right? She helped build some giant biodome community or something. I know that man. Well, enigmatic drop there, buddy. But before you get out of here, he says, I have to bug out, folks. You'll all have a great Christmas. May your stocking be laden with goodies and your Christmas feast full of good cheer. Take care. Enigmatic drop there. Thank you for what you do, buddy. Really appreciate you on Saturday Night Star Trek. You're such a great friend. We all love you, man. I hope you and yours have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. Be good, and I hope you get all kinds of fun stuff and just get the love of your family hanging out with you and the fellowship like that. And we appreciate you. Your good buddies here salute you and wish you, of course, not just a Merry Christmas, but to live long and prosper and live peace and good life. And what else? What's the Shulan True or not? But I don't know that one. Or Kaplach and all that stuff. Good night, EDB. Merry Christmas to you, sir. Merry Christmas. I wish I had a Merry Christmassy thing. I don't have a Merry Christmas thingy. Well, let's give him this one, I guess.
Scotty.
As good as your word.
Aye, sir. The more they overthink the plumbing, the easier it is to stop up the drain.
I have had enough of you!
It is green.
No bloody A, B, C, or D.
Leave out a one. Surely that.
Yeah.
Brain and brain. What is brain?
Oh dear. Oh dear. Yes, starlight, star bright. Your starship will sail tonight or whatever. Peace and long life. Thank you. Thank you, Gene. Good one. Question for the chat, says Al. All right, let's see. We like questions up in you. If you could be a Star Trek character, who would you want to be? I would be Scotty. I like to tinker with technology. Okay, who would you be? I would be Kirk because I don't know. I just love Kirk. I can't give you a good reason other than I am the captain here, so that's no reason. I'd be Kirk all over the place. All the fun I would have. Live long and prosper. But see, one of the things when I see live long, because I love Amok Time so much, when someone says live long and prosper, I can't help but do the Spock retort, I shall do neither, for I have killed my captain and my friend. I love that episode. That one I want to watch tonight. I might watch that one tonight. And that, which brings another question that I'm going to show before we get out of here tonight. Because we won't be on that long. I mean, we've been on this 2 hours. With its emphasis on goodwill, freeing them from control by an alien that feeds on hatred, Day of the Dove may be a passable Christmas episode. I love Day of the Dove. Yeah. Midnight's Oblivion would be Odo. Let's see. Did anyone pick anybody who they would be? Oh, CLS Studio, good night and Merry Christmas to you. Thank you for popping in, my friend. I hope you will pop in again sometime. I thought you were saying goodbye. Oh, good, you are. Okay. And you'd be Julian. Well, that's fair. That's fair enough. He's a good doctor. Midnight Edge. I don't like authority because you'd be Odo. Interesting. He's an authority figure though. He's the constable. Bones, says Pat S. He is the wisest and the best doctor ever. Shooter would be O'Brien. Working hard and underappreciated. Yeah. Parker says, hey, Apollonie's minion is here. Oh, my goodness. I'll be right back, partner. My goodness, I hope you and the pupper are doing well. I love you, Apollonie. And it is wonderful to see you. I hope you are home or going home for the holidays to have fun. And being safe out there on the road. And Merry Christmas to you. I hope you're doing well, my dear. If I weren't me, I'd go with Commander Tucker. All those Euro pressure sessions. Oh, well, he does have fun, doesn't he? Yes. I love Tucker, though. I love Trip. So I hear you. He did always clash with Starfleet protocol. You're true. That's true. You know, Odo was something of a maverick, no question about it. I wonder if I missed anybody who picked one. No, it's not. Space notes. Oh, Lord. Okay. This is going to sound weird, but I want to basically I want to talk a little bit about how many times have we watched our favorite episodes of Star Trek. I mean, who's ever counted? Midnight said, you having a Merry Whiskey Christmas? I don't and never have drank, believe it or not. I'm a big, boring geek, Midnights. So I'm having, to me, like at my extreme is some cherry Coke, which I'm not supposed to have that often, but I'm having it this week. So here we go. Having some cherry Coke right there. But, okay. Because I started thinking about this the other day. Yeah, I think about stupid shite. I'm a geek. I'm going to tell you. When people say, I've watched this. Oh, what Gene says, it failed as a prequel, but I do like the episodes and characters. Well, I'm of that school in a way as well, Gene. I'm a big fan, unabashedly and unapologetically, of Enterprise. I love it. At the same time, and multiple things can be true at once, as I'm sure you know. That's nuance in life. I was dead set against the prequel. I still don't like prequels. And I don't think it was a good idea to do a prequel at all. Certainly not a series. Maybe like a mini-series talking about the early days of Starfleet might have been okay. And yet I love the characters, and I love a gigantic chunk of the episodes, even of the least popular episodes, like in the first two seasons. I'm one of those weirdos who loves the first two seasons, where a lot of people don't. So I hear you. I do understand where you're coming from, and I love Enterprise unabashedly. So I was thinking, like when someone says, I've watched that episode 1 billion times. Mirror, Mirror, and some other ones I've watched so many times, but I don't know if any of you keep count. I don't. So I was thinking about that one day. Because I've been, I started at a relatively late age. New faucet installed. Way to go, Matty Zeddy. Good work. I started at a late age. I became a fan of Star Trek. I'd seen the show a little bit, but as you all know, or as I've talked about before, it was 1979 before I got to see the motion picture. I hadn't watched the show that much. Then, of course, I started recording the show, and I became a fan. So, in other words, I've been a hardcore fan for 40, about 44 years, I guess. Roughly. 43, 40, whatever it is. So, hardcore. Love it. And so after about the first year or so, when I was able to record all the episodes on VHS, when they brought the show back, and I did. Well, from then on, in those early years that I had them on VHS in the early 80s, I would watch, especially episodes that I love, but I would watch them all over and over, some of them over and over again. So I figure over the course of a year, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna sing out some favorites. In fact, I remember I made a tape that just put my top 5 favorites that would fit on a tape. I put other ones in order, but I did a special tape that I'd watch them over and over again. And so back then I may have watched my favorite episodes minimum 3-4 times a year at some point. And as the years went by, it changed a little bit. I don't binge it every year like Raquel does. But there's some in fact, I haven't binged original Trek in a long time. But since we reviewed it last time a few years ago. But I just pop in before that. I popped in episodes all the time. It's just random ones I love the most. So I started thinking about it like on a year. I mean, obviously, once I don't like as much, I didn't watch as much, but I still watched them a lot. So I can't, there's no way for me to track how many times I've watched like my favorite episodes, like Mirror Mirror and Doomsday Machine and Amok Time and Devil in the Dark, stuff like that. But I do know at a minimum, 43 years, let's say in the early years, multiple 3, 4, 5 times a year on some of my favorite episodes. And then later, maybe in the 90s, it became less. You get busier in life. You don't get to do as much. Still, every now and then, throw the episode in there. It's got to be James Caserta. Hello there. Merry Christmas to you, James. So I'm going to ballpark it. There's no way for me to know. I'll pick my favorite episode as the outlier there and say that I've probably watched my favorite episodes, like a good 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them or so, or more. The ones I've watched the most, I've probably watched it's got to be close to or over 100 times. Maybe if it's not 100, it's close. I mean, I saw Empire Strikes Back at the theater in 1988, was it 15 times? In 1978/79, I saw Superman the movie 18 times. I have no idea how many times I've watched Mirror Mirror or Bread and Circuses or Doomsday Machine. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was 100. Or close to it. And if anyone keeps track of counts, that's pretty amazing. I'm just not a numbers guy. What can I tell you? So let's see what kind of conversation we got going on in here. Oh. I'm backing the chat up a little bit so I can see what's going on. In response to what main characters of any Trek would have to be Data, and how he tries to learn to be human, says Parker. Okay, cool. Pat S says, when TOS was on WGNO 26, I'd watch any episode over and over again. My buddy Chris would buy VHS tape every payday at Suncoast. Oh yeah, we watched that all week in TOS episodes hundreds of times. I mean, yeah, I was trying to ballpark it. It's pretty impossible, really. Apollonie said, Merry Christmas, everyone. Unfortunately, I'm working through Christmas. Aw. Simi and I are sick since my birthday on the 19th. Well, very late happy birthday on the 19th there, Apollonie. I'm so sorry I didn't know about that. Please be careful out there, my dear, and do whatever you can for you and Simi to have. I know you're good working or not, to have some fun on Christmas and some good cheer. And, love you. I love you, Apollonie. We love you and Simi. Love from Clobberin Time going out to you. Damn. I'm sorry to hear about that, but please do something nice, for you and Simi on Christmas, please. Be careful. More importantly, be careful out there, my dear. Be safe. We love you. Rob Alta said he started watching in 1975 when syndication started. There you go. We didn't get him in syndication until like a little bit later, as I remember. Well, and we were. My yearly ritual is to start with TOS and go all the way through the shows and movies in order. Wow, you do that too, just like Raquel does. Nice. Int was really good acting as Scott Bakula rocks. I agree. Midnight's Edge. I keep saying Midnight's Edge. I'm sorry. Because I love my buddies at Midnight's Edge. But Midnight's Oblivion, I agree. Absolutely. Bobby would make a Trek mixtape, a VHS mixtape, and give them to the chicks he liked at the time. Yeah. All right. What? Does anyone own a VHS of Sinbad's Shazam by any chance? Sinbad's Shazam? Oh, I don't know. I don't think so, right? I don't. Maybe somebody does. Enterprise has real buttons. They often can't use the transporter grappling hooks. It's great. Alec Harrison says, I've been watching Star Trek since it first aired on TV. Me and my best friends watched them, and we even would play act the characters, creating new adventures. I was Spock. Yes, I'm a lifelong geek. Excellent. Excellent. Every time I hear his name, I go to Blackula movie. Oh, there was a movie called Blackula. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. We would sit in the theater all day and watch Temple of Doom. I did too. As long as we didn't act up, they didn't care. Gene Roddenberry said, value of nothing, yes, they didn't try to make it primitive and succeeded mostly. Let's see. Yep. Let's see up in here. Heading out, Oblivion. Well, good to see you, buddy. Merry Christmas to you. Thank you for popping in. It's always good to see you. You're a good friend of the show, good friend of Saturday Night Star Trek, and we appreciate you very much. There we go. Well, see, it's almost. Temple of Doom made Indiana Jones a Hindu, didn't it? No, I don't think it did. They tried to turn him into a follower of Molaram, though. Molaram, Sularam, boom, boom, boom. Yeah. That was 1984. What a bunch of great movies. Trek 3 was in the theater. Ghostbusters, Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom, Buckaroo, Banzai, Gremlins. What a year for movies. Even Conehead of the Destroyer. Yeah, that's, I've always thought that they probably shouldn't have made India. I wish they hadn't made. I never understood why they made Temple of Doom be a prequel in time. Never understood it. I mean, maybe there was a reason for it. I just don't know, and I forgot about it. Oh, great Trek memory. We played for hours with the Mego Trek figures. That and CGI Joe. G.I. Joe and 12-inch figures. Yep, started my love. And action figures, no doubt. Love those, the big-ass G.I. Joe figures. That's true. Terminator was also 1984. 84 was an extraordinary year for movies. Parker, extraordinary. Absolutely extraordinary, I say. What I was saying earlier about Dinah McDowell or other roles that I love are her 2 appearances in the Incredible Hulk series, where she was his sister in Homecoming. That's right. Oh, yeah. And was a nun in Fantasy. Wow. I remember playing David Benner's sister. I don't remember the other one, though. We're playing a nun. Wow. Okay. Cool. There you go, Parker. Excellent info. Wow. And like I said, I did not know this until number 1. Raquel told me, but of course, we know, yes, she was in 2 episodes of TOS, Bubba. Return to Tomorrow and Is There in Truth No Beauty. But what I also Raquel told me that Dinah Muldaur was a big Star Trek fan. She loved Star Trek. She was excited and pleased as punch to be on there. So they said, I never knew that. I never knew it, but that is pretty cool stuff. There you go. I did mention Trek 3, Tetra, but you're right. Last Starfighter was that year as well. Yeah. Maddie's Daddy says, just watch the Kung Fu episode with Shatner and France Nguyen. That's 3 separate productions they co-starred in. Forgive the grammar. Nice. 3, huh? Terminator was a ripoff of a Harlan Ellison story. Well, he did sue from Outer Limits, brother. Called Soldier, sort of, yeah. Don't believe me. Don't believe me? Ask him. He could go on about it for hours. I miss Harlan. I had a friend that worked at a cinema. I could stay the day there and watch any of the movies, says Apollo Me. Oh, nice. Yeah. In 1984, because, it was back in the 80s, I worked at a comic shop. Well, at this point, I just quit one, but I was doing other things. And yet, all my comic shop geek buddies that I was friends with, especially in that summertime, and like, we'd be, because we're geeks and we don't go out partying or to bars or any of that crap. I was 20 years old. I'm old. Okay. I would say, what do you want to do tonight? No, what do you want to do tonight? Yeah. We'll go see Trek 3 again? Yeah. Then, of course, or Beverly Hills Cop also came out. Or we go. We'll go see Indiana Jones? Yeah. What do you want to do tonight? We'll see Ghostbusters again? Yeah. Yes. So we lived at the damn movie theater. Lived there. West Kegel. What you say? Merry Christmas, Kimasabi. It is good to see you, my friend. All righty. Yeah, I miss Harlan. Oh, you're right. He would be canceled 10 minutes. And the thing about him was he would not like cancel pigs. Harlan would be fighting against the cancel pigs because he did that before. He fought that fight before it was anyone really knew much about that fight. The fight, it didn't exist in the same way, but he would be guns a-blazing for that in that fight right now. No question in my mind about that. He passed away right when it was around, but it wasn't as, but he would have. So, yeah. But. My God, Bones, what have I done? What you had to do, what you always do. Turn death into a fighting chance to live. Oh, my. Let me see something up in here. Let's just watch some. Before we get out of here tonight, let's just celebrate by watching some Trek clips. Because we love Trek.
Be careful.
We will.
Whoever beat the no-win scenario.
Johnny! What's left?
Now, watch out. Here comes Genesis. We'll do it for you in 6 minutes.
I'm a doctor, not a bricklayer.
You're a healer. There's a patient.
Landing a starship is your first best destiny.
Get back your command.
Hello, computer.
Who is it?
Captain, I see no reason to stand here and be insulted. Your agonizer, please.
No, Mr. Spock!
Randomly clips from the Great Mark D with a C. Sorry, Clobberin. France and Shatner worked on 3 TV shows and a Broadway play together as well as being presenters at an award show. Wow. Niceness.
What on earth is that?
I am endeavoring, ma'am, to construct a mnemonic memory circuit using stone knives and bearskins.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
I have been and always shall be yours.
I couple my britches down.
You cooperate with us, and maybe we'll cut you in for a piece of the action.
Give the word, Admiral.
Scott, word is given.
You green-blooded inhuman.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
What do you think of my solution?
Jim, you proceed from a false assumption. I am a Vulcan. I have no ego to bruise. Your agonizer, please.
No, Mr. Spock!
Yeah, buddy. I don't have any of the other ones because we had to take some of them off, except, of course, for this one.
Brain and brain. What is brain?
Yes, sir. But I'll tell you what, we will start to, I guess we'll start to mosey on out of here because it's just wanted to sit and hang with you guys a little bit before we, do one last thing before Christmas for you. And if you got any, unless there's any questions, of course. Clobby, I have recently watched Gremlins and was wondering, is the young boy who took Rand Pletzer to his grandfather's store, was it the same boy who played the boy in Temple of Doom? I don't know that one because it's been a long time since I've seen Gremlins. I've seen Temple of Doom a million times. If you're talking about the young boy who played Short Round, then no, he's not in that. He's in Bubba Doom. You'll send me a clip. I mean, I can't really play it unless I'm able to download it. But Ki Huy Kwan, who plays Short Round, is also in Goonies, but he's not in Gremlins that I know of. Sean Carter, what's up, buddy? Merry Christmas, sir. Good to see you. For some of you, it's already Christmas Eve today. For some of us have like a little less than an hour to go on Christmas Eve. Oh, I'm in no hurry, by the way. If anyone has any questions, and just, I've kept you all here for a while tonight. So, let me see. Let me check, Bubba. Bubba, did you say you sent me something, bud? Okay. No. All right. But I would have to download it. Well. Anyway. Max Redstone says, Dear Clobberin Times, my son recently told me that he enjoys only Star Trek made after 2005. So you've disowned him, hopefully. After he told me that and threw him in a pit and left him. Did I overreact? Thanks, MR from Alzarius. I was born there, Doctor. At least you're not Adric from Alzarius. That's something. No, you didn't overreact. I mean, he's better off in what you threw him. What'd you do? And so you threw him in a pit and left him. He's better off in the pit. I mean, if he likes anything, if he likes fake Trek, then he's just looking at a life of misery and shame. Look, everyone. By the way, anyone new here, even though I hate to me, nothing's Trek. Nothing after 2005 is legit Trek. We joke about it, and we're pretty cruel. But now everyone's allowed to like whatever they want to like. So you go get him out of the pit and just try to make him watch some real Trek. Parker says, who's your favorite character of all Trek's aliens besides Klingons? I was never the biggest of a Klingon. I mean, they're fine, but I was never the biggest Klingon guy. And if you don't count Vulcans and Spock, of course, I like Romulans. It's funny because as far as characters, I can't stand Cardassians, yet two of the best characters, especially Garrick is one of the great characters, and so is Ducat, and they're horrible, rotten. They're rotten people, but they're great characters. But I like Andorians because General Shran's fantastic. Yes, Gene, he should be in Rura Pinte. There you go. Now you're talking. Dump him in Rura. Brian says, my boys watch Jar Jar Trek, but not the newer stuff except for Prodigy. Well, they're young. They know not what they do, Brian. Work on them and try to help them. They're still your offspring, buddy. See, I'm lucky. My kids are old. They don't really, my daughter doesn't really care about Star Trek one way or the other. My son, I raised him, obviously, when real, at a young age for real Trek, even though he's not the biggest Trek fan, he does respect and love. He loves Wrath of Khan. He loves real Trek. And he would, he doesn't watch any of the new drivel. So I got lucky. But again, but my kids I'm old. So my kids are, quote, not old, but, they're old compared to most people's kids that you run into, that is. Clobberin, I posted Patrick Swayze Christmas song from MST3K. Yeah, I saw that. It's on Geekery. I remember that well. It's not Trek, but it's pretty cherry. I can't play it here. You know that. But yeah, no, Ducat is a great character, though. It got kind of, I don't know, toward the end he started to get on my nerves too. I hated him at the end, though. Of course, I hated everything they did in that 7th season, pretty much. But yeah, he was, Mark Alamo was brilliant, in the part, of course. Yeah. But I do remember that Patrick Swayze Christmas for MSC3K. I haven't seen that in a long time. Speaking of that, you heard they're doing a freaky remake of Roadhouse. What in the hell is wrong with people? Not that it's a sacred movie or anything, but who needs a remake of that? Of course, you don't need a remake of anything, but Wagnar's here. What up, buddy? Merry Christmas to the great Wagnar. All right, bro. You made it, man. Oh, good to see you. Said I heard that Clobby's favorite aliens are the Talaxians, especially Neelix. Well, you heard incorrectly, but I'm glad to see you. Yeah, remake of Roadhouse and a remake of the X-Files. X-Files got bad enough on its own toward the end there, that last series. That Shran actor, Jeffrey Combs, is fantastic. He's in Lower Decks. Don't tell me that. I love him. Well, look, if he's making money on it, I don't begrudge him. You know how I feel about anything that's fake Trek, but I love Jeffrey Combs. If he's going to make money off of those slobs, fine. I'd just rather not know about it. Narad, I wish I didn't know that, but thank you. I'm half teasing. Yes, it's cool, buddy. I appreciate that. But Jeffrey Combs, of course, played a lot of roles in Star Trek. And he's brilliant in all of them. What a great actor. But, man, Shran is my favorite of all of them, though. Pink skin. He's a great character. Really, really. Wes Cagle says, I've noticed that my youngest daughter, 20, has been watching all the Star Trek original series episodes in order. Now, that would make my heart sing if I had a daughter that young watching Trek. Durant says, Lower Decks has grown on me like a Lycian fungus. Wow. I can see where that would be a problem. Yikes. Ouchie. Ouchieishness. Now, there you go. But so yeah. Oh my goodness. So we should Empress NM. Hey, welcome. We're just glad you're here. And Merry Christmas to you, my friend. It's good to see you. I hope you are doing well. Great crowd tonight, man. What a great crowd popping in. Hey, I'm tempted to hang on a little longer. You never know. all good friends. I mean, I'm not doing anything else. In fact, I'll hang a little longer if there's anything else any of you want to talk about. And it is Christmas after all. I say smoke them if you got them, babies. And I don't mean smoking literally because I don't smoke. But if you do, fine, by the way. But if you got any kind of treats, if you got some kind of Christmassy cookies or chocolate or anything like that, boy, I wish I had some cookies. But I had me some Raisinets that I bought cheap at the Rouse's there. And I got me a little cherry Coke. So, all right, everybody, let's celebrate together. If you got, I'm not telling you to eat anything this late, but what the hell? I'll be up all night anyway. I'm going to have me some damn chocolate Raisinets that were cheap. And they got them on sale. Because I don't think I'll have anything cool. I'll have some good stuff to eat tomorrow, I think, but yeah. And then Monday's Christmas. So Kirk had Khan, Picard had Q, Cisco had Ducat. But do Janeway and Archer have close rivalry? Well, I don't know, but I don't think Janeway does. Yeah, let's see. What are you eating there? Pat, I'm eating an apple pie and a scoop of Bluebell. Oh, that'll work. That's what I'm talking about. Steve is fasting today. How dare you, sir? Okay, I don't think Janeway has like a Lex Luthor or a Joker. No. The Borg Queen thing, maybe? The Borg, yeah, maybe. Or Archer's got whatchamacallit, there's those typical Cold War jerks. Malachi D. Wildman. Hey there. Fran's his friend, so. He's got Silic, the Suliban guy. The toast to you, then, Wes Cagle. Neurodinax Amanda said 7 of 9 is her enemy because she stole the show. Poor Janeway, or like some of you guys like to call her, Insane Way, or Bangway, or Gangway. Janeway Seska, well, I don't know value. I don't know. She doesn't have I know what they're saying, though. She doesn't really have a main adversary. But they're not really supposed to. There's Star Trek. Look, people like to talk about villains in Star Trek. It has villains sometimes. Khan, easily a villain, yes. Harry Mudd, a roguish type of a villain. But it doesn't have like a rogues gallery like Batman or Superman does or something like that, And they're not supposed to. Cisco definitely has a main nemesis in Ducat, no question about it. That's as close as they get to, because Khan did come back, right? There was 2 of them. Harry Mudd appeared 3 times. So he was Harry Mudd was a recurring menace. Khan was a recurring baddie. Then he was killed. So that's that. But as far as a recurring baddie, like, Luthor or the Joker or that kind of thing, the only one in Star Trek, well, you could almost say that Q is that for Picard. And then later, Q does that with Janeway. The closest to a foil, a recurring foil that Picard has is Q, and so is Janeway, same deal. And Q wasn't in as many episodes of Voyager as he was TNG, but still. So there you go. But as far as like a main, like a Superman Luthor or Batman Joker type relationship, the only one in Trek that I can really think of is Cisco and Dukat. See, I don't think Strand was a frenemy. When they first met, they were adversaries, him and Archer. But after that, they became allies and then later friends. Q, I don't think was a frenemy either. He was Mr. Mixyas-Pidalick. Oh, you would mention the salamander babies. That's garbage. Oh, man. We had a lot of fun reviewing that episode, did we not? So with Archer, we had that faceless guy from the future of the Temporal Cold War, was closest he had to a Incilic, the closest he had to like a recurring nasty. But Star Trek's not really about so much as heroes and villains. They're bad people and good people, of course. You know, it's not the same though. A comic book, you know, the Batman and the Joker type deal, or Superman Luthor type, you know, or FF and Doctor Doom. Those are, you know, different types of dynamics. But Trek does have baddies, of course. But a real supervillain comes back over and over again. And Q was an a-hole, so he wasn't really a friend. He was screwing around with her. But he wasn't like super evil. He wasn't like, he was just being a jackass. You know, we love Q, so. I always thought they should have had Q should have been on another episode of Deep Space Nine instead of just one. Yeah, Eddington was almost a recurring baddie. I hated that they killed Eddington. I actually liked him. Nobody else likes Eddington but me. He was more like Ahab with Eddington, or Chevere, as him. But yeah, I mean, I kind of liked him though. I liked Eddington. Am I the only one who liked Eddington? We were brutal in Deep Space Nine though, because they had a lot of dumb drama drivel in there. Guagnar says Tomalak was almost one Picard, yeah, but Andreas Kostoulis traded up roles and became Jakar on B5, and boy, was he fantastic. Andreas Kostoulis as Jakar on B5. On Babylon 5 had a lot of great characters. Jakar is one of the greatest characters in all of TV science fiction, just TV in general. And he was but what a character arc that guy had. I loved him. God, he was so good. Yeah, but I actually liked Eddington. I liked that actor. Tetra said he died off screen. Eddington died off screen, or did he? Was it off screen? I can't remember now. I think he got shot, didn't he? I don't know. Maybe it was. I don't know. I don't know. Oh yeah, Kostoulis was brilliant. He went from playing Commander Tomalak and then the One-Armed Man as the Fugitive remake, one of the few remakes I ever loved because I hate most of them. And then Jakar. Michael Burnham's nemesis is an empty tissue box, and yet more tears in the hallway. We will not speak of Mikey Spock here. Wagner says, it made sense that Q didn't show up on DS9 again. He couldn't get the reaction he wanted from Cisco, so he cut his losses and went to bother Jane. But yeah. Sloan was fun, but he was really a mouthpiece, yeah. Now again, Sloan was a good character though, because William Sadler's brilliant. Q was molded after Terrain Esquire of Gothos. Right. I think he was, yes, but also I have to think somewhere in the back of my mind when they created Q and when Roddenberry, I don't know if Roddenberry read a lot of comics as a kid when they wrote Encounter at Farpoint, but definitely they were probably thinking of Trelane. But somehow there's a little Mixus-Pitalik in for those who don't know, who are not Superman fans, of course, Superman's fifth dimensional imp, Pest, not so much a villain, but Pest was sort of a villain. Mr. Mixus-Pitalik. I always thought, considered he was like the Mr. Mixus-Pitalik of Star Trek. But in a great way, because John Delancey is fantastic. Delancey's terrific. Clobberin Times, he was also in an episode of Enterprise, the one that had 3 gendered species. Who was in that? The one who had 3 gendered species. You're talking about the episode called Cogender. Cogenitor. Who else was who was in that? Oh yeah, you're right. Andreas Castulis was in that. He was one. Yeah, he was one of the that race. Oh, what were they called? You're right, Sean Carter. Andreas Castulis was Katsoulis was on Enterprise. Yeah, I love that episode. Cogenitor, great one. One of the Vizians. Forgot all about that. I thought he stayed behind, giving cover fire for Cisco and the Maquis to escape. Although, given Jimador weaponry, he is probably dead. I can't remember off the top of my head whether they showed him getting whacked or not. Tetrarch. Emperor says, I love Tomalak's last appearance. How many was Tomalak in, though? Just 2 or 3, maybe? JT said, Voss was a supervillain on TNG. It proved Patrick Stewart was incapable of acting a romantic relationship believably. Wow, that's not nice, but number 1 would appreciate that. Yeah, Voss was on 2 episodes of that and 1 episode of DS9. And I think many years later, I saw her doing commercials. The lady who plays Voss. Gene says one of the better episodes needed a sequel. You mean, are you referring to Cogenitor there, Gene? Brilliant episode. Beautiful. Terrifying, too. I mean, like, gut-wrenching episode. With a brutal ending. Yeah, love it, though. Yeah. And when we're talking about feel-good episodes that are bittersweet, my favorite episode of Enterprise is, well, some people here haven't seen it yet. So maybe we shouldn't talk about that because we're going to review it. But my favorite episode of Enterprise also has a very upbeat story. My favorite episode is First Flight. I love that one. Sometimes I just pop that episode out and just put it on there. Oh, I see, Gene. Yes, Cogenitor is a great one. I think LeVar Burton directed the episode, if I'm not mistaken. But I may be mistaken. And it may not be. I was actually a little surprised they didn't find some way to put Q on Enterprise. I know he didn't have to meet the crew. They could have done something with it, but I guess they couldn't. Or he wipes their memory at the end or some kind of mess. But it was cool how they put the Organians on there. Getting ahead of ourselves. There's still some of us who haven't seen Enterprise, right? Value of Nothing says, so much Discovery criticism makes me cry. Are you serious? I mean, because I don't know if we've ever talked about it with you, but I mean, it's hated here by, I don't know, by most of us. I don't know about everybody, but I hate it. But people, like I said, people are welcome to like it, of course. But hell, we criticize the stuff we like, much less the things we don't like. I would have liked the co-generators to get their freedom. Yes. It would have been interesting to cover that. G and I agree. Because that episode, I mean, I remember when I first saw it, it always tears me up. I mean, that episode rips me to pieces because of that ending. It really does. I mean, it's beautiful and it's pure Trek. It does what Trek's supposed to do. It puts a question out there and it doesn't resolve anything. It lets you think about it. It makes you think. My favorite bittersweet episode of TNG is Tapestry. I agree, RR. That's a great one. Love that one. It's a Wonderful Life Picard one there. So, The Perfect Mate is also heartbreaking. Yeah. We might talk about some of that kind of stuff next week. Wasn't Next Generation and Voyager the only two series that didn't have mirror universe connections, right, Clobby? Yes. That is true. Yes, sir. Wasn't a big fan of the Enterprise Gorn. Yeah, it looked terrible, but much better than the Gorn from the new crap track. Well, yeah, that goes without saying. As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly, and that there were 5 lights. There were 5 lights. There were somewhere. I mean. Just a joke. Just a joke on everyone crying. Okay, I didn't know Value because I didn't know where you stood on that, but I got you. I call it STD around here. We call it STD, but because we're mean. What's that song about in the Popeye movie? I'm mean. You know what I mean. He's mean. You know what I say. I mean. You know what I mean. But Malachi says, I don't tell people not to like K-Trek. I don't tell people not to like K-Trek like donuts. Don't tell me that K-Trek is good for me like a salad. Oh, I got you. Well, no, it's not. Now, what about, hey, Michael Beacom? What's up, my friend? All right. Merry Christmas to you and yours. Shout out to the wonderful Cassandra. And I hope you are doing well, sir. Great to see you, my friend. Great to see you. What about donut salad? What about a salad with actual donuts in it, Malachi? Do you ever try that? You get some hot glazed donuts. Oh, man, I want some hot glazed donuts now. Shake. I'm not supposed to be eating that crap. But you get a salad, too. Very nice, healthy salad. Then you put the donuts in it. That'd be like a Christmas thing. Anyone ever had a Christmas donut salad? I'm trying that. No, I'm not. It's disgusting. Got this place I like to go called Salad Station, and you could go there, and they charge by the pound. I'm not kidding. You can walk out of there with a $15 salad. Bubba says, there was a good TNG book that dealt with the mirror universe. Picard actually made comment about not wanting to touch the mirror King James Bible. That said, read it in junior high. Junior. Sorry, I can't say junior without thinking about Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Good to see you, Michael, though, buddy. I know what you're talking about. Wasn't that one of those Peter David books, Bubba? Was it Vendetta? I can't remember now. I think Peter David wrote a book that took place for the Mirror Universe. R says, in the Mirror Universe of Voyager, Janeway is actually a good captain who cares about her crew. Oh, brutal. You ain't nice at all, RR. You not being nice to Captain Janeway. Oh, wait. Surprise, surprise, surprise. You're not nice to Captain Janeway. Just got a nice book, but it's misnamed, called Star Trek Villains. It has Khan, the Gorn, and a Borg on the cover. Other than Khan, you really cannot call the others villains. We were just talking about Trek villains, not what, 20 minutes or so ago. No kidding, man. 20 minutes. Yeah, Vendetta. I think that might be the one by Peter David, but I could. Bubba, don't quote me on that. They also did some mirror books. Oh, wait a minute a second. Pat S. All right, buddy. Hey, Pat S. Says, okay, guys, Clobby, I have to get up at 7, make the Christmas Eve hash brown casserole and sausage casserole for breakfast. All that. Gotcha. See you Monday night. I'll be here Monday night. Hey, Pat S. brother. In all serious, man. Love you, buddy. Big, wonderful Merry Christmas wishes to you and your family. Pat S. lives in my neck of the woods. And it was Diane Duane that wrote that book. Thank you so much. I'm sorry, Gene Roddenberry. I should have known that. I'm an idiot. Thank you. But Pat, Merry Christmas to you and yours, buddy. Take care, man, and stop by and see me Monday night. I'll be here. Our great buddy Pat S. And again, thank you, Gene. You're Diane Duane. Why did I say? I'm so used to saying Peter David. My bad, but I'm glad you knew that one. Thank you for the correction, my dear. You were amazing. Let's see. Parker says, what is your favorite line of dialogue from the Wrath of Khan that relates to all life, Clobby? Favorite line that relates to all life? Wrath of Khan that relates to all life. I don't know. Can I cook or can't I? I don't know. There's so many lines that I love from that movie. Favorite line of dialogue from Wrath of Khan that relates to all life, Clobby. Genesis? What's that? It is life from lifelessness. I love a lot. That's one of the most quotable of movies, especially not just Trek movies, just movies in general. So it's so quotable. We quote it all the time. By the book, Parker. By the book. Did any of you read any of the Shatner, Garfield, Judith Reed Stevens, Kirk books? Towards the end, says Bubba. I'm not sure exactly. I'm not really understanding the question particularly well, but that's me being a dummy. So sorry about that, Parker. Maybe a little fuzzy on exactly what, if you're referring to a specific line that I'm supposed to be. I know the movie like the back of my head, yet I'm trying to. I don't know. I'm struggling. Of course, I am senile. You do know that. No, stop reading Trek novels before the Shatner ones came out. Well, I used to buy I still have, in fact, the ones, those books on audio tape. They were on cassette, and Shatner reads them, and so they're really entertaining. I read, of course, I had the regular books as well, and I read them, of course. But I used to ride around listening to them all the time, and those Kirk books are really cool. And they have a lot of mirror universe and stuff in some of those, which I'm not fond of. I hate when anyone screws around with the mirror universe. Mirror is my favorite episode. I hate the DS9 episodes with the mirror stuff. And even everyone loves that Enterprise one they did. The Enterprise two-parter that they did, I love those opening credits. They're hilarious. But my problem with it is it's entertaining, and you get to see the Defiant and all that stuff's pretty cool, right? What I don't like about it, though, is in Mirror, you had good guys to root for. You had our crew, 4 members of our crew on the bad ship. In this episode, it's just everybody. It's all just mirror universe characters. They do find the Defiant, which is conveniently floated back in time because of the Tholians from Tholian Web, and it's all cool and everything. But everybody's evil and rotten to the core in that universe. And even Archer, I thought maybe he's gonna, when he sees what his counterpart was like when he reads about him, that he would try to want to redeem himself, and he's still a small-minded little piece of garbage in the mirror one. And the second part was so much fun watching. Look at those uniforms and all that stuff. But I don't hate the episode, but I just like, man, I don't know. It just kind of defeats the purpose of what the mirror universe is all about. And so, yeah. Just leave the mirror universe alone. But even in those Shatner books, they were kind of okay. But let's see what R says. I tried to read one Shatner book, The Return, where Kirk gets resurrected by the Borg and V'ger also. I think it was not great, more like bad fan fiction. Yeah, I thought it was okay. But to be fair, at the time, I just wasn't the biggest TNG guy, and I wanted Kirk back, and I kind of liked it. I mean, I liked them. I thought they were pretty cool. And he was friends with Picard in those books, but yeah, Picard's in there. But yeah, I got you. A lot of people didn't like them. I thought they were cool. Remind me to give you the lesson on human ego. I have no ego to bruise. DJ Ronnie G says, my TNG was my first Trek. Well, you are a young fella, aren't you, DJ? Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Merry Christmas to you, DJ. It is the one. It's the one from Spock on Friendship. It is the one from Spock on Friendship. It is to what I am referring to of, I have been and always shall be your friend to Kirk. Well, of course, yes. And shouldn't everyone be friends at some point in life? I wish we all could be. Absolutely. I try my best. Clobby, I cannot complain about long hair, dark eye shadow, and belly buttons. You cannot? Okay. Well, sure you can. You can complain about anything if you want to. You have the freedom to, if you want to. But thank you for that, Malachi. I understand. Scribe Light, what's up, my friend? Good to see you. I hope you are doing well. I'm sorry. I write everybody's name down when they show up on Saturday nights. I like to know who's been here. Merry Christmas to you and yours. And it's good to see you. We'll go off to bed. Well, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas, my friend. Thank you. Yeah. Classic Comics. What is up, duder? Merry Christmas to you, my friend. I hope you're doing well, buddy. And hope you got big, cool, fun Christmas plans. Excellent. Good to see you, CC. What a great crowd tonight. I don't want to leave. As those 10 ducks, I don't want to go. But I am with you, Parker. All of us should just try to be friends. And the song says it. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? I have been and always shall be your friend. Ship out of danger. Max says, I've just filed for divorce and refused to pay child support as my wife was raising my 8 children to Revere's STD. Wow. Well, who can blame you? It's a fake up, but society is to blame. I'm getting by, hoping everything is well with you. Well, good, man. I hope, I'm, same deal, dude. Getting by. Making it happen. Yeah. Just the good old boys. Well, meaning no harm. It's all you never saw been true. Oh, damn it, this is Tom's fault. We were singing that song the other night on Tom's show. It's a bastard song. Damn it, Tom. Where are you, Tom? Tom's probably on. Oh, I know where he is. He's streaming at the Flashcast. But we love Tom here, and good Merry Christmas to him. Oh, my. All right, value of nothing. Thank you, my friend, for being here tonight. Good to see you here. We really appreciate you hanging out with us. Merry Christmas to you and yours, my friend. Have a wonderful one. Hope you get all kind of cool stuff and or at least get to eat all kind of cool stuff. I mean, you know. Yep. What's everybody eating for Christmas? What's everybody? I mean, let's see. Right now, I'm eating some. Should I or shouldn't I? Should I have some more of these? Raisinets. Barker Luck can't lose says, "What is your favorite animated series episode, Clobby? I have the series, but haven't decided on which is my favorite yet. It's tough because it's not as clear cut as the original, the live action original series. But I think my favorite of the animated series episode probably is Yesteryear's somewhere up there. I know it's time travel, but at least it's the Guardian. But I actually like Beyond the Farthest Star or the Pirates of Orion, Jihad, or the Slaver Weapon. Those are some of the ones I like the best. It's tough to nail it down to one. I'm one of those fools that likes the Infinite Vulcan, which is really kind of a dopey episode. But a friend of mine really hates it. But yeah. So I don't know. Pirates of Orion's a cool one. What about you? Don't have one yet, Parker? Do you either? It's tough for me to have a favorite one. The Slaver Weapon's a really good one. Yesteryear's a damn good one there. That's the only one counted as canon, but I don't agree. I count them all as canon. But yeah, classic comics, Yesteryear's a good one. Very, very City on the Edge of Forever. Very, and if you're a Spock fan, you know. What's some other great ones, though? Infinite Vulcan versus Godzilla. It was silly. I admit it. A buddy of mine said he hated it. But Walter Koenig wrote that one, by the way, when he didn't do a voice on the series. There was no Chekhov. But buddy of mine said he hated that one on the basis that a giant Spock did not deserve to live. The giant Spock clone. Malachi loves some Raisinets. Cool, me too. I would love to have Riker and Data in a space version of Dukes of Hazzard. Making their day way any way they know how. That's just a little bit more than the Federation will allow, or the Starfleet will allow. Bambi versus Godzilla is one of my favorite things ever. I love it. Sequel wasn't as good, but Bambi versus Godzilla was a great, or Bambi meets Godzilla, maybe in the actual title. What if an infinite Vulcan wielded the Infinity Gauntlet and snapped his fingerlings? I'm afraid the universe can't handle that kind of logic. That's just too much, dude. Too much. Oh, my God. Well, I don't want to go, but, you know, I guess I got to go one of these days. Oh, yeah, premiere episode of Beyond the Farthest Star is an excellent one, though. So, Michael Beacom, that's your favorite one? I can respect that. It might be my favorite one, too. Heading out. Good night, all. Merry Christmas. Malachi D. Wildman, Merry Christmas to you, my friend. We're about to wrap it up here myself. Max Restaurant, I paid good money to see that. I need a model of the Enterprise now, and I'll paint the Rebel flash on top. Yes. The flag, you mean, right? Yeah. Paint the, yeah. I've seen that car up close at John Schneider's house. Because I was at his house a couple years ago. He lives out there, not too far where I'm from. He even has a little collectibles gift shop in his front yard, which is way out in the sticks. It's crazy. And he had the General Lee out there and some other cool stuff. And he was a nice fellow. Nice guy. The old Bo Duke. And if you like that sort of thing, he's Jonathan Kent. But I don't watch Smallville. I don't like Smallville, but most people do. So yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to start wrapping it up. I really don't want to, folks, but we've been here late. So, I want to thank everybody for hanging out here with me tonight. You've been fantastic. You've been just a lot of fun. Just me prattling, doing nothing, talking some Trek. But we had a great crowd here tonight. And Uncle Beacom says, I still remember where I was when Mom read in the paper that Star Trek was coming back as an animated series. Wow. I was laying on the floor in front of the TV as I was wont to do. Nice. Data and Laura, the Songs of Hazard. It should be like Data and Sonny, what's his face? What was that guy's name from that episode? That Sonny something or other? Max, you know the dude from the episode Neutral Zone. Sonny something or other, the singer. The Data was gonna he wanted Data to go like on a tour with him. And if I don't catch the Christmas live stream, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everyone here in the chat and lurking, says Gwagdar. Thank you, buddy. LQ Sonny Clemens, that's right. Yeah, we should an Android fella, and you should just go grab us a couple of low mileage pit wolfies and help them build a memory. Yeah. Low mileage pit wolfies, sir? Hooey. A lot of hooey. I like when it dated hooey. I don't care. That episode's funny just for that guy. He's fantastic. He's my favorite character. He should have his own series, his own Trek series. Seriously, though, I would have, if they had any sense, they'd have brought LQ Clemens. He's got to live in that century anyway. Wouldn't it have been cool to see him pop up on a Deep Space Nine episode, performing, his old 20th century music to the people of the time? They probably would have enjoyed it. And his manager would be that corporate dude that would, hanging out with him. That would have been, imagine those two characters coming back in an episode of Deep Space Nine. How cool would that be? I would have wanted to see that in an episode. They should have made that happen, man. You could be a story with Quark in it. I've always thought they should do that. Yeah, JT Kirk, damn right, man. That would have been hilarious. It'd have been, again, that corporate dude, and LQ Sonny Clemens. That'd been perfect. Yeah, and then, you could have Data pop in that one. Who didn't want, yeah, that's right. Ralph Oppenhaus or Oppenhaus, whatever his name was. There's probably an ST novel that tells what happened to them. There could be. Oppenhaus, yeah. Could be. You never know. Back when they did a lot of Trek novels. So, all right, everyone. I keep promising I'm going to get us out of here, and then I just don't do it, do I? So here we go. Show notes and shout outs, of course. Please, of course, support. Where did I put it? Raquel's book, everybody. The link is, of course, right there. I don't have it in front of me, but there. I can't put it in the chat. I don't have it on me. But anyway, well, I'll show the commercial now. So, thank you all so much for being here with us tonight. I don't think Mark's doing anything tomorrow night unless he ends up doing some kind of a watch stream or something. Son Lee, hello there. Welcome. Good to see you. Merry Christmas to you, son. So, but anyway, I will be here Monday night. I know it's Christmas night, but I'll be here doing just talking on Monday night, Mark C. Comics Talk. I'll just talk some Christmas comics and hang out with you guys. Why? Because why not? And then, of course, the usual shows for the rest of the week. The Wild Card Wednesday night in the clubhouse. Hopefully, Raquel and Mark will be here for that. Maybe we'll see. And then the Fourth World final episode of our Fourth World review on J-Man's channel, Friday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then next week, I'll be right back here doing this again. Just what I'm doing tonight, hanging out with you all, And then the week after that, we'll resume our reviews, and Raquel will be back. So only one more week I have to put up with my silly ass by myself. We'll have Raquel back the week after that. We love you, Raquel. We miss you. Everyone misses you if you're hearing us. All right. So, let me see. Shout outs. Again, our great wrenches. The great Eric K. Chris Pershaw. Thank you so much, buddy. D. Bud Martin, Lord Thoth, J Man, Maddie's daddy. Appreciate you, buddy. Cal L, Stephen Cal L, Phantom Outsider, Hungry Boy, Maximum Redstone. And let me shout out all of you, dear friends in the chat. Oh my goodness. We have a super chat. Larry, you're too kind, buddy. You shouldn't have done that, man. But I thank you. Really appreciate you, buddy. It says Merry Christmas, Clobby channel and the chat. Merry Christmas to you, my dear friend. Thank you. You've been such a great friend of the show, and you've been a great supporter of Raquel, which I love you for that, buddy, too, as well. And thank you, man. I hope you have a wonderful one. Take care, buddy. Thank you, Larry. I appreciate you, brother. And now to shout you all out. Our wonderful friend, Anti-Derivative Jill, was here. Love you, Jill. Merry Christmas to you and your family. I don't think I did the wrenches properly. First of all, if you're lurking here tonight, thank you so much. Love you, lurkers, and Merry Christmas to you and your families. If you're watching later on a download or a rewatch, appreciate you. Cannot say how much. I just never say it enough, but I mean it. I appreciate you so much. I thank you so much. Anyone out there, if you haven't yet, please click like if you can and subscribe if you can. I do appreciate it so much. And Eric K, thanks for all you do all the time, buddy. I know he's not here tonight, but I want to shout about proper. We love you, Bronze Renter. And Chris Berger, love you for what you do, man. Thank you so much. All the things you do for us. Merry Christmas to you and yours. And same to D. Bud Martin, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to LT and his family. And, Avon lives long, live the Legion. And J-Man, Merry Christmas to you and your better half. And Sean. And again, everybody else, Maddie's daddy, buddy, thank you, and Merry Christmas to you and the wonderful Maddie. And Kal-El, thank you, buddy. Fanty, thank you, buddy, again. Merry Christmas to you, and Merry Christmas, Hungry Boy. Merry Christmas, Max. Thank you so much for all you do for the show, Max, and for me. Merry Christmas to you, brother. It is much appreciated. And now I'll go down the list to thank everybody, of course. Again, Larry, thank you so much for that. You were too kind, buddy. Shooter, thank you so much, buddy. Merry Christmas to you and yours. RRTNZ, thank you so much. Merry Christmas, my good friend. Oh, my goodness, there's another one. Bubba Doom, one. I don't know what to say, man. You guys are going to make me misty here. Thank you for that generous super chat. I'm not worthy, but again, it means more than I could possibly express. But thank you. He says, thank you, Clubby. Love all you beautiful nerds. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Remember to eat your black-eyed peas New Year's Day. My mom can't even get me to do that. But, Bubba, nice try. But thank you, Bubba. I appreciate you so much. Bubba, Merry Christmas to you and yours, my friend. You're too kind. And I hope you have a fantastic Christmas. And I hope to see you back soon, man. And, of course, Happy New Year. Thank you so much. FKH2C 2005. Fairfax, buddy. Merry Christmas to you and yours, my good friend. Thank you for being here with us all the time. Have a good one. A big shout out to the great enigmatic drop bear who had to run. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you and yours, ED. We love you, buddy. Max Redstone, thank you so much, my friend. You were too kind. Thank you for that. I'm giving this to you instead of my 8 STD kids. Well, you're too kind, buddy. Thank you so much, Max. Love you, brother, and thank you for all you do. Rob Altus. Oh, man, thank you so much for that. You were too kind, too generous. Merry Christmas, Clobby. It's nice to be here. Well, it's nice to have you here, my friend. I really, really appreciate you, man. Thank you for that. Again, you're all just so kind to me. I don't deserve it. You're great friends. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you, Max. And you and Happy Hanukkah, of course. And Merry Christmas to you, Rob. Thank you so much. Sander Hammerslag, thank you so much for being here. Merry Christmas, my friend. Fanty Outsidey, again, buddy, thank you so much and Merry Christmas. Your Muslim uncle, peace be on you, and Merry Christmas to you and your family. Thank you. RRT and Z off, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you kindly. It says Merry Christmas, all. Natalie, the one I get. I'm not sure what this is. Oh, Merry Christmas in Welsh. Okay, I butchered that, and I apologize. Darth Vader knows what you got for Christmas because he felt your presence. Well, thank you, R. You've been such a good friend of the show. I do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you and yours, way over there in NZ. You rock, sir. Wes Cagle, thank you so much, my friend. You wrote Merry Christmas, Clobby, Voyager forever. I know you mean it too. Thank you, Wes. That's very kind of you. Merry Christmas to you and yours. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. Thank you so much. You're all too amazing. Let's see here. Dadman and the Dadman clan, Merry Christmas to you all. Captain Infinity and beyond. Merry Christmas, brother. Nobody cares, but I care. And by the way, I've got to see some of your streams recently. I pop in when I can. I can only get to lurk because I'm out running around and stuff. But I hope you, Captain Infinity, brother, be good, man. Love you, buddy, and I hope you have a great Christmas. Merry Christmas to you and yours. The great Pat S. Again, he had to run, but Merry Christmas, buddy. I hope you have a great one. Look who's here.
Merry Christmas, everyone. How's it going?
Look who's here. What are you? Santa Claus is here.
Santa Claus is here. Yeah, I wish. Yeah. So, we were playing Royal Fizbin for the last 3 hours.
Nice.
And had family dinner. So,
but it's not dark on Tuesday.
No, it's not. Yeah.
Max, dude, thanks again, buddy. Thank you for that. You're too kind, my friend. But he says, my mother-in-law proclaimed that Captain Michael Spock was an unsung hero and the best captain ever. Evar, you mean, right? Evar? I doused her in anchovy oil and threw her into a Carl Baskin's tiger pit. No regrets. Love you, Clobby. Love you right back, Max. You're fantastic, buddy. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I love it. So what's up, man? You having fun?
Yeah, no, having fun night. Yeah, I lost in cards. We're playing a game called Shanghai, but I don't think you guys have ever heard. You got to make runs.
I don't know that one.
And it's like a team, it's a good game with a lot of people. So you've got to do like say a set of three and like a run of 5, and then you got to go around the table. So it's kind of like Royal Fizbin, but it's a fun game.
Close enough to Fizbin, eh? There you go.
Yeah.
Let me blaze through. I want everybody to make sure they get them all shouted out.
Yeah. Yep.
JT Kirk, brother. Good to see you, man. Thank you for being here, my brother. Narada Amanda Bear, thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you, JT Kirk, by the way, you and your family. And Merry Christmas to you, Narada Amanda Bear, to you and your family. And all you and yours. Jamie Harbert, thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you, my friend. The Tetrarch of Apathy. Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. Minimus, I wish him a Merry Christmas, but he knows I wouldn't mean it. Just kidding. I wish him a Merry Christmas, sort of, within reason. Larry, gifted. Oh my goodness,
awesome.
Gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Larry. You're too kind. You're too kind, buddy. Anyone who doesn't have a membership, if you would like, please avail yourself of one of those. Thank you, Larry. I should say. Appreciate you, brother. That is too generous. Thank you so much. Let's see. Jobber popped in earlier. Jobber, brother, Merry Christmas to you, and good luck to your Bears. Your Bears might surprise you a little bit. I know they're not doing great, but Raymond Feliciano, I hope you and Sandra Feliciano have a wonderful Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, my dear friends. King Dolphin TV. Max Redstone, thank you so much, buddy. Again, thank you for that. Said Mark's Doomsday Toy Mirror Universe bankrupted me. He does that. He is evil that way.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Evil enabler. You're an enabler.
You enjoyed it,
Mr. Mark. Wow, though. That's pretty good, though. Universe. Wow, that's great stuff, though.
Yeah, Max got one. Yep. Hopefully you got that in the mail. Yep.
Herc 130. Merry Christmas to you and yours, my friend. My Bears aren't going to surprise Jack Shinto. Oh, yeah, I know the Bears. I know, but no. My team's just about just as bad, and we're about out of it too. So, Value of Nothing had to run, but thank you so much. Value of Nothing, Merry Christmas to you. Value Keely Chow, roll that tide and have a Merry Christmas, my friend. Wolfie, Merry Christmas, buddy. So glad you were here. For the first time here, Gene Roddenberry was here. Gene, lovely to have you here. I really appreciate it. It was an honor. And have a wonderful Christmas, you and yours, or whatever you celebrate. Thank you so much. I see you on the Twitter all the time over there, and I'm so happy to have you pop in. And again, Merry Christmas to you and yours. Your Blunt Plunk Reviews. Merry Christmas to you. CLS Studio. Thank you. They had to run, I believe, but still, Merry Christmas to you, CLS Studio. SP4H, my friend, welcome. Excuse me. Merry Christmas to you. And let me correct something here. You had a cough. All right. Brian Hepburn, my good friend. All right, buddy. Merry Christmas to you. Good to see you as always, man. Thank you. Parker Luck. Thank you, Parker, for being here tonight. And as always, I really appreciate you. And a big Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Alaric Harrison, Merry Christmas, my friend. Thank you. Midnight's Oblivion. I think Midnight's Oblivion had to run, but Midnight's, wherever you are, Merry Christmas to you and yours, my friend. Apollome's Minion, the Pupper. I'm so sorry. You guys are working. And you're out there, but
traveling, yeah.
You have a wonderful, just do something Christmassy for yourself and for Clobby. But just humor me and tell me you did something fun for yourself and for the little pupper. Love you, Apollo. Be safe out there. Be careful and have some good Christmas cheer. And remember that your Clobberin Times pals love you. Big time. James Caserta, Merry Christmas. Wes Cagle, Merry Christmas to you and yours, my friend. That's right, DJ. She is. Apollo's a superhero. Sean Carter from Mars. Hey, my buddy, thanks for all you do. Really appreciate you. Merry Christmas to you and yours, my friend. Guadnar. All right, brother. So good to see you, buddy. Thanks for being here tonight. And, man, look, Merry Christmas to you and yours, brother. We appreciate you. Empress NM. Thanks for being here tonight, my friends. Great to see you. And Merry Christmas to you and yours. Malachi D. Wildman, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. Merry Christmas to you and your family, and all of your friends and family. Michael Beacom, it was so good to see you, buddy. Shout out to you and the wonderful Cassandra. I hope you all and your family have a wonderful Christmas. Thank you so much. Good to see you, old friend. DJ Ronnie J. All right, brother. Merry Christmas to you, my friend. It's good to see you, buddy. Thanks for being here tonight, man. Scribe Light, it was so good to have you pop in. I'm honored to have you stop by. Thank you so much. And Merry Christmas to you, sir. Classic Comics, old chum, CC. Have a great Christmas, you and your family. Thank you. And lastly, Son Lee was here. Son Lee, have a wonderful Christmas, you and your whole family. Thank you so much from Clobberin Times. And, of course, last but not least, the great Mark D with a C has popped in. And you, man, have a fantastic Christmas for you and your family. And any words you'd like to say before we get out of here?
Oh, sure. Well, obviously, Merry Christmas to everyone. Hope everyone gets to celebrate. And I hope you all eat too much food tomorrow. Remember to get to bed early tomorrow night so Santa Claus shows up and brings you some cool action figures and Micronauts. But it's been a great year getting to hang out with all you guys. And I haven't put 7 of 9 on the tree yet, but I'll just show this real quick because I had, I popped in very much later than I thought it would be popping in. But there's Bangway. There's my Voyager ornament. So
there's a Dalek.
Dalek. Yep.
Daleks are on Voyager. You didn't know that?
Yeah. Well, they're coming up in the next quadrant when they leave the Delta quadrant.
They're going to destroy the Borg and everything.
Destroy the Borg and they'll be there. But there's some of my I think those are all my Voyager ornaments, but I figured I'd get those out out to show everyone. So yeah, but everyone have a great great holiday and have fun and yeah, it's a great time to be with your family again and just think about what's good in life. I know it's tough for some people, but try to look on the bright side of things. And it's a time of year to be thankful for what you got, even if you don't got a lot. But there's always something to be, and especially friends and friendships. That's very glad, obviously, to meet you and have this great group of people in my life now. With thanks to the technology of the interwebs of the Star Trek tech. But yeah, would never have met all you wonderful people out there in the chat and everywhere. So thanks so much. And it's been a great year, and hopefully everyone will have an even better year next year. So and hopefully trying to do some watch parties tomorrow night, but look to the Twitters and the YouTubes. We'll definitely do Night of the Meek, the very least, and Charlie Brown Christmas if I don't get home too late. So but yeah, looking forward to that. Christmas Eve's a big day in our Italian house tomorrow, so that's the big one. That's the big celebration. So looking forward to that.
I don't know what you mean by that, Max. I just got it off there because I thought he was done. So I don't have the link. So I don't know.
Enterprise doesn't haul garbage; she is garbage.
You couldn't get that much. As you mean, I'm not sure. So you think I couldn't get?
I'm not sure what. Yeah.
No, I took Raquel's link off on and fast. He said I couldn't get it on and off of there. I don't know what that means.
I'm not sure.
I just had to get it off there because I was going to pay her I was going to play her. Anyway, but thanks, Max. Appreciate that. I don't know, but I don't have an answer because I don't get it. I think I get it, but I'm like, no, it's not that. I was going to play the commercial, and I didn't want that running. The commercials on there, but anyway. All right. Well, thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Yep.
And
hope you have a great day tomorrow.
Thank you all so much. Appreciate you. They say Voyager should be hauling garbage. I meant to say Voyager should be hauled away as garbage. No, I meant the Voyager should be full of garbage, he means. All right, everybody. Good night. And again, how can we say it? If I have nothing to play that says Merry Christmas, I'll just say it. Merry Christmas. Oh, you meant Moogie. Moogie, I got you now. I'm sorry, Max. You meant Moogie. Moogie, I thought you were talking about Raquel's link thingy. I'm like, okay, I'm dumb. And you're not. But I am. Big time. I'm such a doofus. But, and someone needs this too. I forgot. Oh, and
get those nerds! Nerds! What?
Max, it's because I'm a.
It's because you're a dumbass.
All right. Good night, everybody. Have a good one.
because you're a dumbass.
I just love clobberin' time.